Is that in, yeah?
Yeah, it's in there, I think. Yeah, Andy's in that. There you go.
Back in front of the camera again, Andy. How did you find the interview today that you've had? I know it wasn't the proper interview, it was just like a pre-interview. How did you find it? And how did you find it, like when the names were mentioned?
Well, first I was terrified because I was told that these bugs were taken out of my house. Then when the found the bug detector and everything, and we went through over again, and then the other journalists looked at that, and there was definitely there, weren't the guys who were definitely there.
Well, we went round with the bug detector, didn't we, and just tried to have a look about, and they were showing up all over the place, and we double checked it, and we went back again, and we went back again.
And that was from
It's definitely
downstairs
bugged
to your bedroom,
and
back down again. There was
they range
the thing was
between
screaming.
things like they could be a double plug, they could be like what looks like a low energy sort of screw-in bulb, a plug socket light switch, and anything like that, extension lead sort of box, innit?
Are you aware that it was that you was being bugged?
No, because I thought they'd all been taken out when they took us for a meal for us.
So they did mention that they bugged you.
I knew they would bugged us, yeah, because I knew you were coming and I didn't have any choice. So
And what did they tell you that the reason that they was putting that? And first of all, who put the bugs in there? And secondly, what reason did they tell you they was putting them in?
If I'm being honest and everything, I phoned because I didn't want to do anything behind their back, so I...
Who's they?
Nathan and the Metropolitan Priest in London.
Right, yeah, just had to clear that, yeah.
The squad, you know, the child sex squad,
this is Nathan
and that lot, and I didn't want to.
You just felt
obliged,
didn't you?
To do it because I thought it better telling him beforehand that I'm going to just do a couple of interviews and stuff. And
what did they say to you when you said you wanted to talk about it? Was they okay with it?
No, this says pull it off and we'll come down and see you. I didn't know they'd be down. We were in like the next day they were down.
That soon. Right. Did you feel pressured by him at any point, Andrew? Like, did you feel pressured that...
Feel like you didn't have a choice?
Yeah.
Just had to do it?
No, there was no choice. They put it like there's choice, but there ain't choice because if I do... You do it our way, or you're on your, or we'll leave you on your own.
And obviously that's a terrifying
so you're
thought
on
of just
your
being
own.
left. So at the minute you sort of feel like you're under the impression that they're trying to protect you, but at the same time they're bugging you out. So obviously
that's so that to protect me in interview and.
Interview from who?
This is when you interviewed, if we protect you, then we can say in the court, with the court thing, that actually we had it covered and stuff and knew about it, so then it can't be squashed out of a court case.
Right, will there be a court case, Andrew? Do you know?
Not about the interviews, no, about there possibly will be court cases about, there should be court cases because there's already been.
And how many hours did you say that you had been interviewed by the...
Operation Fernbridge, was it?
Over 70 hours, just over 70 hours.
And this is Fernbridge, you say?
And obviously, also you've gone to see, that we've just recently found out that you see Sydney Cook, and you went to the prison to see him. What prison was it that you actually went to? You don't know what prison it was, but you saw him.
Was it? Is this the one in Isle of Man?
I'm not sure.
There's two prisons there.
But it was one of them prisons.
Yeah.
Big old one.
Did you make your own way there?
No. You can't just turn up there and go in.
So how was your invite to actually go and
One invite just got lived there and dropped off there.
Someone drove you there?
Yeah.
Who drove you there?
I don't know if they'd like to name the person, but what was
Police.
Oh, Bill, basically.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
But not only the police on the island, it was the police on the island it was.
Can you talk about what the reason was that you went to see him about? Because obviously, like, some people out there would be like,
Well, it sounds like to me someone's guiding him to do something for them.
yeah.
I mean,
Did they give you a specific thing to go to him and talk to him
No,
about?
not really. It's I just tried to get names out of him. That's all.
did they have you wired or anything?
They probably
When
would
The,
have,
the room
the
was.
room would have been wide, wouldn't it?
Right, so did you actually manage, how long was your interview, or how long did you sit there, or how long did you visit for?
Over 3 hours, but we were doing 3 hours of things, but you've got breaks and stuff, don't you, and stuff. And
So what can you remember, the main points from the sit
Yeah.
and talk?
Because obviously
Well,
that's
cool.
where it is. This geezer's a notorious
He's a
child
total
procurer.
wrong, isn't he?
Complete wrong. In our world, like, you know what I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of what these people are meant to be in that world, but to me, it's very simple. This is,
See, the real people,
Billy-
the
Billy
real
was-
people would turn his lights off, wouldn't they?
it was
real
a,
people would finish you, man,
Yeah.
if they knew. Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously, what I can't get my head
when,
around.
when Savile was allowed, then I was protected because Savile couldn't protect me.
He would protect you.
He would.
Yeah,
Like,
because
he's
he had
all-
he had a
So how deep does Savile's thing go then, man? Because like, but would you say that he was the top number one?
no, it's only small peck.
Was he really?
But he
He
made lots of
looked
money
like he
out
give
of
it Larry the Large and all that. Was that because he knew he was protected?
He was protected because he knew too much. He held things. He had.
He seemed to me like he had a lot of trust from people. Like,
In high places.
yeah, like he was definitely one to keep his mouth shut. But because I got the impression, that's my feeling. I'm looking at him thinking,
You know,
he's giving it big
You ask
bollocks.
yourself why any other celebrity desires any celebrity like him. They don't go. They don't all. When you was in charts, they didn't go inviting you up to Scotland to Balmoral, whatever they call it.
No.
Shooting
What's so
with
special? What's so
British
special about Savile? What's so special about this geezer? Why,
He's a fixer. He's an organiser.
has he always been that? Even before?
Jim Fix It.
Well, yeah, obviously
Yeah,
Jim
but
Fix It. But I'm
that's
talking
the
about
name
before that. How do you get into being? on
They
the
named the
boat
fixer
that-
because he was fixer. But
It was probably from the entertainment system to be able to do discos for.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, like, how the fuck did he just get in now? How did he? How did
These
he end
people-
up there?
no doubt these
How did he
people
end
have
up on
private
Radio
parties.
One? How did he end up?
Peter Stringfellows introduced. He used to DJ, and then he used to do
Stringfellas.
Stringfellows. He used to DJ, and then he got into radio DJing and stuff like that. And
So
that
it just
was
grew
him.
from now.
He used to go
Do you know
from the
what- do you know what
Stringfellows.
that-
Doors open for him.
Do you know what done my head in? When I heard that Jimmy Savile was the first man to play 2 records together.
Yeah,
Right, that's what
Yes,
that
he was.
is. That right? I can't believe
Disco.
that. So you can see that, man. The whole DJ world now, and nightclubs, mixing, boy bands, music, politics, all of it. It's got
It's
paedophilia.
kind of dark, isn't it?
It's all dark, mate. It's all dark. It's all of
He
it.
he had 2 of those. Do you know those really old fashioned? You've probably seen in a museum where you put the top up.
Yeah.
He put them together and he bolted them together, so there were 2 turntables, and then they met the speakers in them. He wired up to so they could go into 2 separate speakers. If you know what I mean.
Did
So
you have a lot
yeah.
to do with
that's what it.
Did you have a lot to do
Because
with
back then it was
Savile?
this. It was they became to be called discos because Jimmy Savile would play discs and they would be disc only nights. That goes back. Did you ever go to the Walton Hop? Was you ever taken now?
Possibly, I don't know for sure.
Jonathan King.
Oh yeah.
Right, tell me about Jonathan King. Anything you know about Jonathan King? Because I know a couple of things about Jonathan King, but I really do want to see.
And on that
what you
line, I
know.
want to mention another name as well. Tom Watkins.
Have you heard of
I
him?
know of Watkins, but
Tom
I know
Watkins.
more Tom Watkins. Yeah.
It's
No.
to do with music world.
He used to
Yeah.
manage Bros. He used to manage the Pet
Oh
Shop
yeah,
Boys.
yeah.
Right, fat
Do you
geezer.
remember him?
Yeah, fat
Shaved
guy,
head.
really fat and shed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always wore
really, really fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
What,
bit like,
what can you tell me
yeah,
about
I know
him? Tell me something about him.
That you remember.
Yeah.
He's into girls and boys.
Really? Because Tom Watkins used to manage me when I was in E17, and obviously I'd never met a gay person before that.
He's more gay, yeah.
He's gay. He's totally gay.
I know he's totally gay, but he'd get the girls sing, he'd bring the girls, well, when I say bye, he'd bring the girls he'd bring girls.
What sort of age were these girls, Andy?
Do all the bands, he brought bands people in.
Do you remember any names?
No, a lot of managers were like that. I knew a couple of managers that were a bit fucking lurchy, like, you know what I'm saying? They get these girls. One manager that I knew, he had a girl as an au pair, and then she ended up in this group. And that, so it does come back.
I'm not saying the fuck the girls come with. It's just showing it, going in at a nightclub to make the world think.
So Tom Watkins? Tell me about Tom Watkins first. Anything that you know about him? Because obviously for me,
parties that you could have been at.
Anything.
Quite a few parties at Stringfellows.
What, Tom Watkins?
Yeah, quite a few.
And a million percent, you know that this was
I know from
Pet Shop Boys manager.
Yeah, because it was. I know Boy George. He was really talented, Boy George.
Yeah. It's all around that same time.
Yeah,
What
but
about
I'm talking about record companies. Was he signed up with different companies?
who? Tom
George.
Boy George.
But they still talk to each other to different.
Have you seen Tom Watkins? Have you seen Tom Watkins with Jonathan King?
Yeah.
You have. You've seen them together.
Yeah, I've seen them together.
Were they pally?
Yeah, they're very good friends.
See, that was my impression. That's what I understood, because when I was in E17, I remember being in the office and Tom. It was the day after Jonathan King had been arrested. Tom Watkins. I remember being in the office in there one day. Was having a meeting, as we normally did. I'm fully aware this geezer's gay, but now I'm under the impression once I've met him, oh, he's alright. I've never met a gay person before, you know what I mean? I was 17 and...
You're talking about Tom Watkins here?
Tom Watkins, yeah.
Right.
So, basically I come away with the impression, oh, he's alright, you know what I mean? But I knew there was something wrong as the years went on. So, I'm in the office one day and Jonathan King had been arrested the day before.
What for?
For the paedophilia thing. It was in the 90s when it went through, yeah? And I said to Tom, oh, your mate got arrested yesterday, didn't he? I said, paedophilia or something, thinking, I don't really know too much about it all, do you know what I mean? Even that sort of fucking world existed, man, if I'm being honest, right? Sorry. And I said to him, yeah, your mate got arrested. He went, oh no, Jonathan's not a paedophile. And he didn't sort of stand still and tell me, he just sort of walked through and that. And I thought, oh, well, I'll leave it then. Maybe he's not. That's how fucking stupid you are, you know what I mean? That's how I come away thinking.
So you didn't really understand what was going on?
No, it was new to me. I was 17. I've never been abused, right? I'll say that now. I believe I've been abused by the media because they have absolutely fucked me. Do you know what I'm saying? They really fucked me. And John Major was at the centre of that fucking, because I said something stupidly about ecstasy when I was young. I was about 23, something like that. And it's a phase that you go through, yeah? Just a phase that you go through. Everyone else around you's doing things. Sometimes you get roped in, you're experimental age, and you do things. And I naively thinking, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what you say in the world.
I think all young kids have done experimental drugs, especially when it's there and it's free in the music industry. It's free.
It just goes with that territory.
You go to party, it's there.
Not that we're like I wouldn't encourage it now. Listen, I hold my hands up. I hold my hands up, mate. I was, you know, the last thing on my mind at that time was worrying about if people knew I did a pill or not. I obviously knew that it wasn't favoured by everyone, do you know what I mean? But I had no way of knowing that doing a short interview at the top of the Pops, and that interview wasn't meant for me, it was meant for another member in my band, and who originally spoke about ecstasy, and then after that I had a meeting with Tom Watkins, told him exactly what I think of him, fuck you, I ain't signing with you again. Once he knew that, he was on the hunt to put a new singer in the band. I know because a month before I was sacked, he was asking certain agents, have you got any singers? Because I don't know if Brian's going to be about much longer. They set me up. And I'm wondering if you've seen Tom Watkins at the same party as John Major?
Yeah.
You have, definitely. Can you?
100%.
Where was that?
Really young John Major. It was a long time ago.
Yeah. Was it?
Was that before he was in power? Or was it while John Major was in power?
It's when he was like really young. I don't know if he wasn't in power then.
So we're talking, but like I'm going back to sort of '97.
But he was only like young.
He wasn't prime minister at that point. He was prime minister before John Major.
He was in Thatcher, just after
Thatcher, and then before that was it Ted Heath before that?
Yeah, I think.
Right. So you've definitely seen Tom Watkins at a party.
I've seen them all at a party together.
Have you seen them all together?
I've seen them all together.
What, Jonathan King, Tom Watkins, John Major? Yeah?
We was at singers that went. I've seen them when I don't. The police won't tell me whose house I were at, and I describe a house, a party that I went to, just out in the countryside. You know, you go out of London. I didn't come under London. There's like a village when you come out of London.
What kind of Essex?
You go past like a tip or something, or a big hill, and then.
Right, so you can. That's how you remember it.
And it's weird, and it's
Do you
like.
remember the name of it? If I mentioned a few names, just that's in London. Was it Essex and Chigwell, Woodford?
Did you ever go?
Did you ever go?
Did you ever go to Maida Vale, Andy? Did you go to Maida Vale, Little Venice?
Yeah.
Did you go there? Was there a big party in a house next to a church?
Great big house, swimming pool, indoor swimming pool, outdoor swimming pool.
Swimming pool, what, downstairs in a basement?
Basement.
Was there Mickey Mouse? Was there a Mickey Mouse thing running through that house?
I know exactly.
Shake my hand.
This big house you went to, and there was a tennis court there. Was it just the one tennis court?
Two tennis courts.
Two tennis courts.
Was there an outdoor pool just outside the front of the house?
Yeah, great big outdoor pool. There was an indoor pool as well. Yeah, two pools. I don't know. It might have been a jacuzzi. It might have been. A spa thing.
Yeah.
In the house, it might have been a spa thing.
See, in Maida Vale, you would have seen. You see the Mickey Mouse thing, yeah. Bath in the floor on the middle level where the bedroom was, where all the clothes were.
Oh, do you know what I'm talking about?
What? No, I know where you're going. I know where you're going, but I'm on this.
Marble floors. It had marble floors. I remember, and like marble. But I don't know if it was false marble or real marble. Probably.
Can you remember any pictures that are hanging up?
Pool.
Yeah, can you remember any pictures? What some pictures were in a room that were hanging up on the top level floor? There was a shower up there with a sort of glass door on it. One of them sort of mosaicy, off-shaped sort of floors.
He had a lot of pictures around. You know, he had got a good taste in art.
Can you remember?
Really expensive art. I can't tell you which artist it was.
Yeah, no,
but
you've hit that on the head.
What was the pictures of?
All sorts of things.
Happy New Year.
Like pictures of animals, people.
No, there's art. It's like art, like it's this mixture of. It's a sort of like he's got themes in different floors, like of art, and he collects art. So he's got like different tastes of art, probably for different times. But it's all really, really expensive art, top notch art. You have to pay thousands and thousands.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know, we're talking about the same person, aren't we?
We're talking about
the same person, right? So his best mate now, Jonathan King. I emailed him right about 2 or 3 months ago, and asked him what he knew about his mate Tom Watkins. Jonathan King came back to me because I got his email off of someone, right? Jonathan King came back to me and said, "What would you like to know about Tom?" I didn't really know him on a personal level. Went to the house once to have some music played to me because he used to do a tip sheet or something, didn't he, online? And he spoke about one other person that was in a label that I was signed to when we first started, and that was London Records. Have you heard of a name called Roger Ames? Glasses, kind of solicitor type.
I know Roger.
Yeah.
With glasses, but I don't recognise. Can't remember his name, but he probably is.
Colin Bell.
He worked in the records.
Colin Bell, Irish geezer. Sounds a little bit like Graham Norton.
Yeah.
Colin Bell. Tracy Bennett.
Don't look.
That was
I
Underdogs
don't
himself,
know. I
wasn't it?
couldn't swear.
Just need to throw some names at you, really, just to sort of. Because there was.
If I had photographs, and then, I know you haven't got photographs, and I'd know better than names and more better photos and names.
Yeah, but the Tom Watkins one, definitely.
Definitely
we're
Tom
talking about,
Watkins, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, the Pet Shop Boys ex-manager, managed Bros, managed us. I think you might have Liza Minnelli. I think I've heard her name get chucked about a few times.
Simon
Yeah.
Cowell.
Carol.
Simon Cowell, talk to me about Cowell, man. Simon Cowell. Now, we know, just us putting two and two together, right? I know someone in the 80s, I know a group that was signed to him, right? Now, I ain't got a problem with gay people, right? I haven't, right? But Simon Cowell is blatantly a gay man trying to play it off to the public like he's straight. I'm not having it, and neither are the rest of the public. They're not having it. He's going out of his way to try and show us that he's a straight man. He's not a
He's
straight.
bisexual,
Oh, he is, but so he does do women as well.
but he's been married, and he seems to be bisexual.
Yeah,
That
but
could be a
we always think things like that's just a front and that. People
That's
do
a
do
cover.
it, don't they? Ah, I've got one for you.
Who's that?
Stringfellas. Brian Tilsley from Coronation Street, curly haired geezer, started adjusting the lights in there. Do you know him? Nonce?
Yeah.
Say no more. You ain't got to go into detail. Your word's
why he's
good.
hanging
Your word is good
That's
enough.
why he's
to
been
me,
hanging
mate.
around now. I've never seen him there all the
I
time.
remember seeing him in now, right? Because
But is that what he's doing now?
do you know?
Was
Do you
he
know?
doing that?
Is that what he's doing now, changing
No,
lights?
this was back then,
No, it
mate.
was
When,
them days.
because I know a guy, right? Our backing vocalist. His name's T Green. Have you ever heard of that name? T Green.
Might have done, but I can't remember.
I mean, I hope not,
Probably,
man, because I thought this geezer was all right, and I'm still giving the benefit of the doubt, man. I'm not gonna, but he introduced me to Peter Stringfellow, which is how I ended up going up there with my mates, all in tracksuits, taking the piss, sitting on Peter's table, he's giving you notes and all that.
Free champagne.
And all that free champagne.
and
I'd go up
everything.
there. I'd go up there with my friends. I'm like 19, 20. We're all up there in tracksuits and caps and trainers, and he's having it. So obviously we're having a laugh up there. We took the piss, really. Do you know, no. I'm being straight with you. I wouldn't fucking do that, mate. We're talking. I am recording, but mate, you're telling me some stuff about some people that I want to fucking bring down, Andy. Mate, you really are. And these people ain't gonna fucking touch you. I'll fucking make sure of that. I'll keep fucking pouring.
Andy, so these people, were they the same sort of faces at these parties you'd go to? Would it be the same kind of crowd?
Some of the parties, some of the different times, like there's only most of the big parties. There's always celebrity, like people in music industry and stuff there. Because Savile, the person you've just said, is good. They're good friends with Savile as well.
Tom Watkins.
Yeah.
What really?
Of course it would be, wouldn't they?
Back in music industry, don't forget Savile, the music decks and everything.
Of course, yeah. I mean, in my head, I would think.
Back
yeah,
at the
yeah, definitely.
fallen out
But
later on in life. But
it would have just been. It would have just been a. I got no proof of it, but it seems feasible. But you're telling me, yeah, definitely.
I was just interested again, you know that point you said that you felt protected while Jimmy Savile was alive. I mean, how did you feel protected?
Savile, because
I mean, did you have a phone number that you could phone him and say, I'm
no,
in
it's just
blah, blah, blah?
that, just like, if he'd watch out for my back a bit because,
You played the game.
yeah, it's just,
It must be fucking hard, man. It really must be hard. All that time. But what sort of? I just want to just come away from that just
No.
for 1 second, but just bring you up to sort of now. How do you feel in your head every single
I
day?
feel awful and everything, every day and that.
Make me understand. I want to understand.
I mean, from the time you wake up,
Now,
you're
if how I feel now is different to how I felt when I was a kid, when I was taken in, when I was there, when I was at that thing, it felt actually great. Having whatever you want, you need a new pair of shoes, you've got them, you want. Very rarely put money in your pocket, like only if you go out.
They're
to
my
the
sort
house.
of gifts for the occasion.
Yeah, but you'd be expensive with restaurants, expensive with food. And,
How old are you at this point?
oh, about 12 onwards.
So these people they're taking you restaurants, they're buying you stuff, anything you wanted, and if you wanted drugs and all that, and in return these people wanted sex, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's two ways. You give a little and you take it back. It's probably like some musicians, some idiot musicians. I call them idiots because of what the. If you, I'm not saying your mates are idiots, or not, I'm saying if they're falling for an antler, if they start sleeping with the producers and stuff, they're being abused by them themselves.
And
You know, like, there's a lot of people in music that should be abused. I've seen it.
Can you tell us some of the people that we'd know? Because
Where
listen,
would
that's
you
what
spend?
I just want
Where
to
would you spend
I could
the
tell you
night?
something.
Where would you spend the night? You wouldn't be with these people constant, would you? Where would you have a home to go
Fellows
to?
has got rooms upstairs.
So you spend
No,
days there?
I never lived it. Oh, I never have spent days with.
Where would you sleep in?
Boarding school. That is weekends. Go out.
What
all
boarding
week.
school would that be?
Right, so you'd be in a boarding school.
What was the
Weekend
name of
would
it?
come. What, Savile would come?
No,
Take you
no.
off, or-
There'd be a car. As soon as we got off thing, there'd be a car to pick us up. You couldn't get away from them then.
How did you feel at the time
Around.
when you was a kid at the time, and this car, you knew this car was coming to pick you up and take you off? Honestly, inside, how did you feel and how did you sort of look at it?
I had nothing, and then I had something, and I was going to. I was go back to school with a £5 note, where they'd be 50 pence and stuff. You know, £5 was an hell of a lot of money back then.
Of course it was.
You know, like,
You're talking 80s, and yeah, 80s, 1980s.
before-
80s were some fucking dark years,
84.
mate. 84.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. That's what I felt. I moved into my house that I'm in now at that fucking year, I think. Yeah, go on. You was gonna just before that. You was gonna tell me
The
about
feelings.
no the people,
feeling
the fucking
today.
the people. He said that like some of the
We
people
went
that
to
he knew
this
that was being abused.
going about this big when we was at this big house and everything with all the art and everything, and the sunken
Bath
bath
on the middle
and he's
floor
got a bar
of
in
the
his house.
bedroom.
He's got a bar in his house as well.
So
A
bar.
little bar, like a small thing in the corner. I don't know if it was made into a bar. It might be
There may have been. There may have
just
been.
a round, little, really small one. It was like a little one of these
Corner ones.
corner ones, you know, like it was fashioned back then.
Would you remember where the kitchen was?
No, I should do, but I just can't remember.
Sort of, if I jog your
It was
memory,
like a bit-
you know, when you get up the top of the stairs, when you come in the front door, was there a big long fucking coat rail with a load of hats on it?
Yeah,
A load of caps? Loads of them. All the way, and a glass brick wall on the left,
yeah.
before you walked into the
I'm
living
going
room.
to say right hand because when you said things, but no, you said left hand, so you've answered it really.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say
Up the top of the stairs,
then
kitchen
left-hand side
was
is
in
like-
front of you.
Yeah, there was.
Turn that way, go
I
up
didn't
some other
really go in
steps.
kitchen, but
A bedroom that way, and you can walk round the bedroom, round to here, and that's where the sunken bath was in the floor, yeah? In the wardrobe area, yeah?
like a big bungalow.
Can you
more.
take over from there for
Yeah.
a bit? So you had the sunken bath, and then what else can you remember?
People going out the sunken bath? It's a big sunken bath, and then people going in and out the swimming pool in his garden because the big doors are open up
Yeah.
to the swimming pool.
And then-
Weights bench at the end, just in
Yeah,
the end,
yeah. And so
Shout
the wide
sauna bit,
open,
sauna
the
bit
wide
down the
open.
other end.
I mean, it could have been a table like this. He'd put into a bar. I remember a bar,
Yeah.
you know, full of beer. And it
Yeah.
Could have,
Yes.
no,
Yes,
I-
as you come down the stairs in
yeah,
front of you on the
that's
corner
where I
there,
went
the
about the bar. I went by the bar.
fucking yes, 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 mate. You're fucking finished.
And-
You are finished.
And what else do you remember?
Coming for you,
Was there
Tom.
bedrooms upstairs then, from that level?
There's not really much upstairs because it's not an upstairs. It's more like a bungalow. It's like see, there's an upstairs.
There's
but
another
it's-
level as
there's
well,
another
isn't there?
upstairs, but it's not a house. It's a house, but it's a great big. It's like American type house, if you like. All
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It was quite like a quite. It was a.
maybe like more like if it was Australia. Maybe go to
Yeah.
Spain. It was
It's
more
not a
like
typical. It's not a typical
No, it was,
normal London.
no, it's not
East
London
London
house.
house. It's not like fucking
Massive it is.
what I'm living in. You've got
Massive.
3 levels. You've got the level you go in on, the next level, the one up the top. I don't know if you had studio equipment up there, or
No,
there was a
no.
bedroom up there, and there's a little bathroom.
Yeah,
with
there's a
a
couple
toilet.
more bedrooms upstairs for guests and stuff.
One, I
is
think there was one, but
And
yeah,
then
you
you-
came up into a room, didn't you?
Let them tell us.
Yeah,
there
no,
was
I know he knows. He's
We
already
know.
said enough.
And there's a place in guard somewhere. There's a guard, if you go into garden, there's a little annex somewhere where people can stay where you used to put bands up in like like a conversion type.
Like a granny annex sort of
It
thing.
was only small, really small. There were only a couple of beds in
Oh
there.
man, I remember the end of the swimming pool
It was-
and the double doors, and as you went out there, I can't really fucking remember too much. I thought there was the steps
The steps that go up
to where the office
to
bit.
the offices, but it's over by the garages. It's like he'd made some bedrooms off one of the garages.
Oh, did he?
Only a
What year was
small
that
one.
be, roughly?
Well, it might not have been a bedroom. It might be a bed in it. You
But
know?
hang on, but when are you talking this was though? When was this? It was this 80s?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got to be before me. Was it before
Before
Bros?
you,
Was it
before
before
Bros?
before Bros? So you're
Yeah.
talking sort of
It's
Pet
when,
Shop,
it was when the boy George first started coming out and singing his song.
well, Carmen Chameleon
You
times.
know,
and
like,
that.
it's-
Fuck me. So
now-
you're talking about 1983. About the same year Tony Blair was arrested under the name Charles Linton. Yeah, Bow Street's Magistrate Court, £500. Charles Linton didn't have to come to court. But you've been Prime Minister and you
It might have changed a bit when you went, but I think I've got most of what.
Yeah,
Straight.
yeah, no, you have. I know, obviously, I've spoken a lot, but mate, I believe you. So, what was Tom into? Boys, obviously, boys. Well, you said boys and girls, but have you seen him with underage boys?
You film boys and girls, but
What would, would
What
he
would
have
he? What would he?
preference?
What would Tom Watkins' usual routine do with whoever he was manipulating? What would go down, and what other people would be about? This is it. This to me, Andy. This is important to me.
do you want me to that particular party? If it's like the thing you were saying, with the sunken that part, when I've been to about 3 parties there, and each time I've been to those parties there and everything, I was just bought as a guest. You know, it was you took guests, and I was like went as a guest, and
Who took you?
different people. But I was an MP in London, but can't remember his name.
What in Tom's house? Yeah, he had an MP in there.
Yeah,
So I'm saying, see, that makes sense now to
but
me.
it gets worse than
So
that.
Well, you've already told me that you've seen Tom Watkins with John Major. Yeah,
John
because
King.
it's funny to me. Hold
Be a
up.
pretty boy, and he drugs you up. And then
Hang
you
on,
have
let me get that. I need to
Yeah.
get. I need to get that, Andy. I've got, mate. You can't say that.
Yeah, I'm going to end up getting fucked because it's my word against his, isn't it?
Yeah, but I believe you, and because this geezer's clearly fucked up. You know what I mean? I don't see
Did he
him.
ever abuse you, Andrew?
I've had sex there with him, yeah, but
What with Tom?
yeah, I've had it with a few of the. I joined in with a few of the acts there and stuff. But the thing is, like, say
that
like
right?
this, like the beer, like Raymond used to be in the drugs, and he used to supply a lot of the drugs through. So was Richard Branston. His not Branston. Stringfellow. A lot of his money came out of drugs to get him going.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And so was Graham as well was and thing is like Raymond, so I knew people as well through Raymond and stuff like, so I could get to better things.
Tom used to drug up the drinks, yeah. Tom used to
He
drug.
wouldn't
Tom
used
used
to
to drug.
get people there when they were new bands, but it's a really young band. So I'd say you're really new,
Yeah.
you're really young.
Let me ask you.
really
Let
young.
me ask you a question, right?
Why do you think I asked? I said to
Do
you.
you know anyone that I might know who's been at these parties,
Possibly.
i.e., band members?
Possibly.
Have you ever seen a member of E17 at one of these sex parties? I.e.,
But they was
This would have been like 92.
not from
91.
about 1990, 91 onwards.
Well, yeah. If to want to be honest.
Yeah, be honest. I want to know. Go on.
Can't remember the name, but I know they said they were out of your
Was he a skinny guy, slim, skinny guy, blondish, sort of dark hair?
Was it Tony Mortimer?
Yeah, probably. He was really cute, you know, like really, you looked young in the face and quite short.
Quite fit, quite short,
Well, not short, but
thin.
thin. That's what I meant by short,
My
sorry.
phone, boy. Grab my phone. Fucking yeah.
We got a picture on there.
No, I'm going to see if I can get internet from wireless here.
Fucking hell, Andy.
Yeah, up there, bottom top shelf,
Oh,
mate.
where?
Yeah, see there?
That
Boom,
one?
Yeah.
Andy, fucking hell, mate.
You've been
For real.
You've been
Well,
Basically,
used to go to the parties.
because there's been some shit going on in the. I need to come round there. There's been some fucking shit going on here for years, right? That ain't made any fucking sense to me. I get sacked. Do you know what I mean? I ain't gay. I've come along. I feel like maybe I've come in and I've taken over a little bit, and I haven't had to do any of these things to get a record deal. Let me come round there. Mick, where's the fags, man?
over there.
Right,
bro.
I'm starting nail on the head, and I need to know. For real, Andy, yeah? No bullshit.
Not bullshit.
I fucking I believe you, man. I believe
How can I
you.
describe the same place as you and say things about the same? I said about the bar, and you had to think, and then you thought, yeah, and I told you roughly where it was. And you said, and it dropped into you straight away. That
I just thought, listen, man, some fucking.
on the art, you didn't tell me what sort of that he was into really like his art and different. Well,
Yeah, no, you've got. Listen, I believe you. I believe Andy. I believe you, mate. I believe you.
you're saying like I kept out of the sex thing. I believe you.
Yeah. No.
Because you might not have known.
Mate,
Because but
something
that
was
was
going-
nothing to them.
Something
It
was
still-
going on. Something was
you
going
know,
on. He wouldn't fucking leave that management, right? He wouldn't leave that management. And I'm like, listen, if this geezer's such a problem, we're coming to the end of the management contract. Let's fucking go somewhere else. Because this geezer wants it his way all the time. I want to sing R&B. He wants you to write all the songs all the time, which means the other two are standing in the back fucking throwing shapes, but I got them singing. We was actually going out doing all right after he fucked off. And it just makes so much sense to me, Andy. He was in with Tom. He knew Tom long before I knew fucking Tom. He brought me in.
Do you go to any parties at his place?
I've been to a party at his place, but I've never seen anything like that. But I'll tell you what did happen. I took it as a joke. Yeah, I took Reese, probably Jeff, Lamey, all them lot. We went down there. Said, look, Tom's having a Christmas party, and now dropped his fucking Mickey Mouse off, and that we can all go in there, you can all laugh at him, and that, and then we can fuck off. I said, he's all right actually. That's my fucking naive mindset, right? So we're all there. Tom come up to me one day, and he went, oh, one of my mates had paid good money for your mate Reese over there. And I took it like it was a joke. I said it to Reese. Reese went, ha! We laughed, skinned up and forgot about it.
Yeah.
There was a night though, when we went to a fucking party at Tom's, right? Same sort of thing. All fucking drag queens walking about in the house and that. Hello, Brian. Why don't you talk to us? I'm just like, mate, are you for real? Sorry, but I've never seen it before. Are you fucking for real? I'll be polite because I'm not an horrible person. I don't really want to hurt anyone's feelings. You know what I mean? Anyway, end of the night came. Richard Stannard, Biff.
Richard Stanford, not Stanford.
Stannard, Biff, producer Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah? What, is he one and all? Because he was Tom's boyfriend when we first signed to Tom. He left, but I actually thought, please, is Richard, does he? Is it a gay thing, right, where the boy thing comes into it and they don't see that they're doing anything wrong because it's okay to be gay, but what is the fucking...
In the olden days, in the really olden days, you couldn't be gay till you're 21, but before then, you couldn't be gay. Now, when they were kids, you couldn't be gay at all, so you had to hide it. And then... I can't get my head around this, is that it's not acceptable in the gay... At one point, it wasn't acceptable in the music industry. These are the people who are all gay themselves.
Well, that was all going on straight, weren't they?
Yeah.
They was all trying to go on straight. Fucking Simon Cowell still trying to do it.
Yeah.
Right, so tell me what you know about Tony Mortimer. I need to know it straight.
You realise that a lot of musicians at one point, musicians come out gay and says they were gay. Could lose a lot of fans.
But yeah, that's what it was about back then. That's why, Bros and the rest of it.
And now this day, they need the gay pounds, but so they tell you to act gay.
If we're all being straight and honest here, yeah, the gays,
They run the show.
they run everything. They run everything.
Just get back to that
and I'm just going to say one thing because it is very similar. It's like, you know, like where the Jews have made it, you mustn't say anything, and then you're an anti-Semite.
What you see, you keep there, and you don't.
It's the same. It's the same sort of thing they've built up. You mustn't say nothing. But mate, I live in the fucking real world where I'm going to die one day, and if I don't say what I fucking mean now, what's been the point of it all?
Yeah.
To protect people, I've got to protect you, right?
I've got to hold your secret.
I've got to hold your fucking secret.
Yeah.
That ain't fucking fair.
So
You know?
let's get back there. Back Tony Mortimer.
I've seen I've seen band members who are straight, blatantly straight, and I've seen them being fucked.
What? So they've been fucking manipulated.
Because they've had a few drinks and they've been spiked, they've fallen out of sleep, and they just thought they were pissed out of the head and everything.
Tony kept giving me a story that he run out of Tom's one day, woke up and he had no trainers on. What would be the reason for that? And to walk home from Ladbroke Grove? Do you think he'd have woke up in the middle of the night after being drugged, been fucked, thought fuck my trainers, I'm out of here?
You don't think you might think, oh, I must have had a dodgy curry last night. You might just think you've got the shits, something because it's something you've eaten.
Or woke up with fucking arse hurting.
Yeah, but you might put it down to the use a lot of cream, so you might necessarily you just have an itchy ass. So just put it down to curry.
Let's get back to nitty gritty now, yeah. All jokes aside now.
Yeah.
Where did Tony Mortimer come into play in your visual when you saw him?
Give us something, man. I just need to fucking know, Andy. Put me out of my misery, man, please. Tell me the worst thing this fucking geezer's done, please.
He's drugged straight, blatantly straight. He sold them as well, not just drugged them. Peter, he's made money out of his own. To get money back, he's made money. So like you, I fancy say I don't fancy.
No.
If I fancied you like fuck when you back then, they had money.
Yeah.
And I could go to one of his parties and I could pay to be at that party.
Yeah.
And I'd get.
And then he could drug me.
They could drug you up.
And then I'd be getting fucked.
And you could be getting. And that's what happened in real. That's what was happening in real.
That's what's happened to him. Are you saying? Is that what's happened to him? Because
I
don't think he's gay.
No,
he ain't a gay bloke, man.
No,
I'm not. He ain't a gay bloke, man. I think
Why do you think? They dress you up gay. They make you act gay on stage. I know it's all an act.
Well, they made them act gay. The thing we was marketed as like the complete opposite. We smoked fags, we got birds. They went for a complete East End fucking rough.
But you know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Well, I'll tell you what's clear to me: the fact that there's always been a boy band out there, and you haven't really had a long period of time where there hasn't been a thing filling that gap. All right, girl bands came later.
Girl bands came later to put the thing off. Why is it on with guy bands? Yeah. So they had to put a couple of girl bands on.
But when you think Louis Walsh, anything on him? Done anything with him? Has he done anything?
He's been to parties, but a couple of parties.
He's been to parties. I mean,
but all his parties on, right? Was there sex involved in every one of his parties, or was it sometimes social?
Always ends up in sex of some kind. Drugs in it, drugs, beer, and you get randy and you have sex. And if somebody like me, I was passed about, but I had sex with celebrities and stuff like that, and it's a big thing.
Did you have sex with Tony Mortimer?
Possibly. But I'm not going to say I've sex with a straight guy, but...
No, but we don't 100% know what he's about.
We don't, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of unanswered stuff here,
man.
It could be both ways. Brian's saying, you don't think...
I don't think he is, but I don't know whether something's taken place for him, because listen, I remember Tony's brother, right, committed suicide, right, long before, it's what the song Stand Another Day was about, right? And I don't know whether...
Sometimes you realise that you're being fucked by them, let alone someone find out they're being fucked by them because they see something and then... And God, that's the same lines, later on that... And there's been quite a few people commit suicide because they go down into depression and stuff, and I've seen it because it happened.
I've been there, man. I've never been fucked up the arse, but I've been.
But you won't know. That's what I'm saying. You probably won't know.
No, I would know, man. I would know. I've never, but I would never go and fucking just stay. Tony stayed at Tom's when we all left. That's what I was getting to. When I was talking about one of the parties. When we up to Tony, come on, man, we're fucked, man, we're going. John's driving, I'm pissed off, threw up in the back of the car that time. That's what I remember. I got outside my house, held my jeans up, my lens out the window going, what are you fucking doing? I'm standing with all sick over my jeans, you know what I mean? So I'll never forget that fucking night. And I remember going, come on, man, we're out of here. And him going, oh, you're all right, I'm going to hang about. And I looked about, And I thought, I looked at John, and I can't lie, man. I just thought, oh,
Yeah.
what's going on?
What year was that? 93?
Fucking hell, man, that's got to be around.
The early doors.
Yeah, man, that had to be. Fucking hell, man. 90.
What were they like? Could you see them there? So
Find the
that's-
picture you showed me.
Yeah, I've always had. I've had that since I was.
That's his
about
Andy.
Yeah, since about. I just woke up one morning and it was
He was
on.
about 4.
No, about 11, 12.
So everyone would remember that tattoo on you, wouldn't they, Andy? On your right wrist, more or less, isn't
Well,
it?
don't-
No, not 11.
don't
12,
forget
about
though, yeah.
12, 13.
We'll let just a little couple of these run. Don't forget he's got to fucking sleep and that, man. He's got to be.
I'm okay though.
I want you to
I
be.
think
But
I
you've
know,
got
I
to
know,
push
but I want to talk to you.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
we'll talk to you all night, but Bill's got to talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's got an agenda that he's after these people.
Yeah.
We're after them. But Bill, we're behind Bill. He's the one who marches in front.
Yeah.
You understand?
No, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy, man. He's fucking. He
He's-
tells
he's
it like
passionate.
it is.
He's
And I
angry
tell you
a
what,
bit.
you need fucking people like him, Andy.
Yeah.
You need.
I
people-
don't
you
take
need-
a lot of sleep on in about an hour and a half.
Is that how it's left you?
What's
How's
that?
your life
Sleeping
pattern
and that?
been?
Is
Sleep
it what
pattern?
you can't fucking sleep at night?
How's
No,
your sleep pattern?
I can go for days without sleeping.
Does it go through your head and torment you? Basically, does it? Is it that
Can
bad,
you
or
switch
can you,
off?
or can you put it away?
I could put it away. I was putting it away until they came back. Then it, because you find a way of coping, and then it brought it all back. And some of the times I've been able to switch off.
Yeah, but other times you'll get emotional and get upset and just think, you know what I mean?
Do you know I've done so many tears and everything. Sometimes I think I haven't got any more tears in there,
Good
but
for the
it's still
cross
there.
sometimes, Andy.
You must just think back over the fucking life you've had, all the situations that you've been in, and they must all feel like massive events, one after the other. One
Feels
after
like
the
a
other.
dream. When you get so on, then they expect you to be one of them. Like if I was still with them, I'd have been the abuse. I'd have been an abuser now.
Yeah.
Which
And
I-
You'd
you're
have been
you're
working for
fucking-
them.
You're doing, mate, Andy. Listen, man. You're doing the
You've
fucking
done the
right
best thing ever was to move away from everything.
I couldn't get away with the property until Raymond died, but
Did he used to take you out to be used at any point?
Raymond like stood up to him and everything, and they washed his hands out of him. They bankrupted him.
What, from gear?
They bankrupted him and everything, and
What was he into to be bankrupt for?
Who? Sorry, who are we talking about?
Raymond, Raymond
Raymond.
Andrew's sort of partner, well, become his partner. He was abused at the start with, wasn't he?
He's
He
not
abused
all
him to
right.
start with, and eventually he become partners.
I got to know
Was he cared
like
for?
Mark and stuff through Raymond and stuff, and I got
Who?
to know Mark from Zodiac Mind Warp and stuff like that. I got to know him through Raymond, and that's how the doors with the music industry opened up through because I knew him. Never was even. I'm not a singer. They take the piss out of me. I take the piss out of them sometimes.
Fucking mate, they're the ones that should be getting the piss taken out of them. You, they fucking manipulated you from a young age,
It's wet.
which
Yeah.
fucking good
I'll be
job.
okay, I'm okay.
You're
Good
right,
job, good job. You got fucking half a strong mind on you, man. Because you really could be fucking even more pickled now, wanting to fucking jump off a. It's bollocks, man. It ain't fucking fair. It ain't fucking right, and it can't fucking go.
You got probably abused for the whole lot of the system now, by the sounds
Mate,
of it.
he is a proper fucking victim. I don't think you're gonna get many people coming
There was a
forward.
lot of victims that they don't speak, they don't come out, or they killed themselves, they've committed suicide.
Yeah.
Sometimes I felt like that. But
Yeah,
I've
don't
been
do
there,
that.
I've been down
Don't-
there. But I wasn't
Andy,
good
don't
then.
ever do it, mate. You don't deserve to die. And any time you feel like you do, know that they're not your fucking thoughts and feelings. And it's, you know what it is? It's the ego coming in fucking with you. Going, oh no, you fucking dirty, you should feel like this. Fuck the ego off. Get the ump, because it ain't your fault. And that is the bottom line. That is the fact.
I want to sometimes just get up and smash the heads in.
Yeah.
You know, keep the heads in.
You would do,
If
you
we were
would
in
go
if it
through
was in America, I think I'd have got a gun.
You'd have got a gun and just
I'd have
gone on a
gone to prison
fucking
for it.
rampage, yeah. But you ain't. You're still in control of your life, because if you do that, you will end up fucking throwing it away. You do know that, don't you?
No, yeah, but I won't do that anyway. I've got a gun to start with.
Yeah,
Keep
mate.
away from it
You
all.
listen,
I
man.
won't
You're,
do
Your
that
gun-
anyway.
your
Tell her just
your
say,
gun,
"Oh,
your
you're
gun
happy
with
in a
that.
relationship, aren't
Your
you?
gun you're going with now is a legal gun. Do you understand? And they can't dodge them bullets.
I don't know what they're going to
No,
do.
I'm happy with my life. I've got somebody to care for, and I've got.
That's what's important, isn't it?
But
That's what's
Yeah,
important.
Wait,
You want to
fucking
know?
lighters turn up from? Look, 1, 2, look.
they've got him pissed. Look, he's got a tin of.
God,
You've only
bro.
that's almost a little.
We've got him pissed. He's spilling his fucking guts, and it's not like that at all. Bill's going to do the interview with him tomorrow. I'm just fucking finding out my bits and pieces that I need to know, and I'm genuinely interested in you, Andy, mate. You've seen some things that I will never see in my life. Well, I don't fucking want to be honest with you, but I'm interested in the person that you are on the other side of it and how you are.
There's another thing I was going to ask you. Who used to beat you up? Who used to give you, I mean, some of them abused you that way, but some of them physically hurt you.
Yeah, I've been smacked about and stuff like that, but
What, heavy-handed or? I know Cook was a different league completely, but apart from
I
him,
only I knew Cook, but I only I didn't. He was always okay until that one time when we went to. They don't hit you too much because they don't want to put marks on you. There's no way they want to put marks on you because you're worth nothing to them with your marks.
So they want to do it in a way where they're just, and it's fucking controlling you.
Some odd people that are there,
Cunt.
yeah. And if the other people, somebody really hurt you, the other guy, the other guys would go in on them and everything. You know, they jump on them like a. I was quite because I was quite protected, yeah.
is that because of Jimmy?
Partly because of Jimmy, partly because of Raymond and drugs and
What was Raymond's surname? If you don't mind me asking.
Buck. Buck. That's him, isn't it?
That one now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's him.
So-
It's cleared up so much shit. hasn't
Yeah,
it?
it has cleared up some shit.
It's
It's cleared up some stuff
fucking
in my
loads of
mind.
stuff, isn't
So
it?
just give us the lowdown on him and that. What you've seen from him. We know about Watkins now.
He was only young, he was only a kid.
Have you seen Jonathan King touch him?
Yeah,
Did Jonathan King touch him?
They were fucking him, yeah.
Who was?
Jonathan King's fucked him.
Has he? And
I've
who-
been in the shed in the bed with. I've been in the bed with him and Jonathan King. I don't think he didn't want that because he was when he woke up in the bed with us all the day thing. He didn't blame me, but he was playing out. He was absolutely furious. He was like really. He went into the corner of a room, he picked something up and chucked it across, like a bottle, and he really chucked it like, and then he drilled it because he was bollock naked and everything, and the clothes were down there, and there was the used condoms about and stuff, and so he'd known he knew.
He's been raped, basically. He'd been drugged and raped.
And he got me, he came over and then he got me up and everything. He says, same's happened to you, hasn't it? And I said, yeah.
How you were a bit older than him, wasn't
I
you?
was a bit older, but he still came over to me and helped me up. And then I sort of went out and went out of the room and then I had to calm him down. I calmed him down because he was marking backwards and forwards, he'd committed to. He's saying, I can't live like this. He says, the rest of them, they're going to not want to know me, they're not going to want to.
No,
that's
not it, man. That's not how it's going to fucking go down, man. I don't blame him. I've never blamed him. If anything, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have seen the fucking things that I've seen in the world. I wouldn't be sitting here now. And I've always felt, man, if something was wrong, I know him, man. He's not gay. And he's
going to deny it anyway, but
I know, but this geezer, it's not his fault.
It's not his fault. He's a victim.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like.
He's so much of a victim.
I fucking knew
he's
it.
so much of a victim that he's fallen into it. That he's even ended up with Lennon's son.
He couldn't help it. He had no choice.
What about Julian Lennon? Anything on him? No, nothing. I've heard rumours, but if you ain't seen nothing, then I can put that out of mind. Yeah. So Tom Watkins basically manipulates people, and
if he wants sex with you, he'll have sex with you no matter what. He owns you.
Fucking wouldn't have sex with me, mate.
So I fucking cut his throat. He owns you when you sign that contract.
He didn't know me.
Well, that's what he thinks. He owns
yeah, he don't fucking know me, mate.
You was a problem to him.
I was a problem to him, and that's why I had to go, and that's why I never worked again after that.
Do you know, like, these parties and that, I know you know Brian, was there John and Terry from the other two members of the band. Was they ever at the parties?
They were all there, but I don't think I could recall you there, so you weren't all there.
I wouldn't. The only parties I've been to is if Tom had a Christmas party at his house and we breezed through, but it's always been stay there for a few hours, burn a few hours, and I fuck off. And when Tony stayed there, I knew something was wrong.
Not all of them. There was another two of them being into a party, but not all of them.
That's the other two. So
Yeah.
that one there, that one there. They're not the best of pictures.
Nah. I guarantee you ain't seen me
He's
now.
been in party.
Who
He's
has?
bald head.
Mm.
He's got a bald head,
Mm.
and he's got a goatee beard.
No, I don't recognise him.
You see, John.
Mm.
And how long ago was that? Was that back then?
Same time. And
What
then he went.
what
That's
party
no
was
picture,
it?
Terry. Can you remember that face?
It was a party to celebrate a birthday.
Whose birthday?
Can't remember whose birthday,
Don't know.
but it was a birthday.
Do you remember where it was?
It was at his house.
Tom Watkins' house. Made Val.
It was the house, sorry, where the
Swim pool in the basement.
basement.
15 Maida Avenue, next to the church.
Yeah.
And Lulu lived next door, on the left. That house, little Venice, little river thing running up the middle of it. Yeah.
Quite nice, wasn't it?
It's nice down there. It is fucking nice. He don't deserve to live there, the cunt. Fuck, man.
Fuck, man.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell, Mick. For fuck's
I
sake.
knew it'd come.
Mate, he's,
I
you,
knew it'd
man,
come.
he's fucking
Just
said.
clear things
I
up.
told you, I fucking knew. I said to you, all of this is going to come back round one day and it's going to go boom. E17, Tom Watkins, Tony. So Jonathan King, would you say, was it fair to say, I want to look back, was going to go, as Jonathan King and Tom Watkins raped Tony Mortimer?
Yes.
And that's how it started.
It's great when they don't consent. And
Yeah, he wouldn't be consenting.
He didn't consent, but he was annoyed about it. He was saying he was going to commit suicide, and I timed him down a
Do you
bit.
think like he got caught in their trap, and he stayed in their trap?
They had him under his thing then, didn't
Did
they?
he
They
run out
said-
the house when you was there?
Yeah,
Was that when he ran out the house with no
Yeah.
trainers on? Well, you
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah,
Ladbroke Grove.
yeah. He run out with electric trainers, and his manager called him. He says, you know, the person who was the manager,
Yeah.
the person whose house was at, he was calling him a stupid little brat because he run out about his trainers, the way he acted, and the way he chucked his, because he's got a nice house, and he chucked this bottle, picked this bottle of empty bottle of champagne and chucked it, and it had broken something side of Jessie, side of bed,
This is.
and it just missed his head by an inch, and so it was
Was this definitely Tom's house?
yeah.
Fuck.
Well, it's where
It's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's not your fault, Tone. Fuck.
But you can't. A straight guy can't say they're being raped. It's hard for a gay person to say they're being raped. So it's got to be more terrible for something. You can't come out in the world. And
I knew
say
something was wrong,
especially
man.
when if you got family. I don't know if you might have family or I
I knew
don't know
something
what
was
he's doing
wrong.
now.
With Johnny Buckland had known all about it.
I don't know what.
That's
it's
why. That's why
just
Tom
now
put
done.
John on him to
He's
keep
going on
him.
holiday. in
Went on
places.
holiday with him and everything. Keep him fucking straight. Keep him level. Explain things to him.
But he went straight. Then he went straight for drugs because there was loads of drugs still there.
Yeah, he was.
And straight to drugs and everything like that.
I ain't
And
fucking.
I see
ain't-
Tom give.
Would he remember you if I say if I
Probably
see?
he probably won't remember it. We're on in that one. I only saw him that once in that party, you know, and he was out of his head anyway because he was still out of his head that morning.
Who was he with that
So he
night?
might remember me, may not remember. He wouldn't know me by name.
Was that made of Val or Ladbroke Grove, that one?
Swimming pool
In the basement? Right, it's made of Val. And that was while E17 was out, obviously, yeah?
93, 94.
What sort of year? Do you remember roughly? Had to have been early 90s.
Mm.
Had
What
to
that
have
made
been.
him? He's 45.
Fuck knows, man. It's late. I can't do maths now.
Whether I was two, I don't know.
So,
I mean, it might be. Probably just put myself into prison.
you go to prison.
No, if I'm over 21. If you're over 18, no.
Right. You're 45,
Stupid,
yeah?
Man, they're fucking.
Yeah.
You're 45.
I didn't, it was,
Hold on. What's your date of birth? 60.
May 15th,
What year?
68.
Right, 19.
I knew they were saying wrong hand. I knew it, mate.
I was older, a lot older. It was like, I think, can't remember what age I can't remember what age it was. There's just little things that I remember. It's only
I'm gonna stick another battery in. Fuck it.
9.
Fuck it. This is just. I'm never gonna get evidence like this again. I don't even want to use it against him. I want to fucking help him, man. I want to help him. It's not.
Oh, Raymond died, and I was worried. And I didn't. I wasn't doing young kids and stuff like that.
I can't
like,
make it out because I'm making you 29 years old at that time.
Yeah,
So Mortimer couldn't have been 29.
No, he wouldn't have been. No, he would have been. He
You
would have
work
been.
it out,
He would have
right?
been probably 21, 22 or something, or
I can't work
20.
it out.
He might have been 20.
I'm
man.
sure it's him, I can't do it.
Raymond's been dead about 15 years now, 20 years.
Yeah, some time has gone past, man. I've noticed that. I mean, we come out in 1992, and 10 years, we'll say that's 2002, and then 2012, that's 20 years. Nah, 20... Do you know what? I want to ask you something, Andy. Have you ever seen this fucking sort of patterning before?
There's a few people got patterns like that. In
The actual pattern of it, because I see a fucking video, right, to do with Satanism, and apparently that fucking V thing and that going that way is a satanic.
It's satanic. You've got the eye in it.
I know, and that was the guy that done the tattoo. He lives in Walthamstow, right? His name's Terry. He done the tattoo. I said to him, "So I want to get a
Terry
tattoo. I
Oldham.
want a tribal band."
Guy's name's Terry
Look,
Oldham.
he's made sure that he's done that bit and then fucking winged it under there. Under there, just fucking winged it. Just thought, yeah, fucking whatever. As long as I get that bit on. And he was the one that said about, oh, do you want a fucking eye in there or something? And back then, there was no internet. I didn't know nothing about fucking Illuminati or fucking I didn't know shit, as a matter of fact. All I knew is I wanted to sing R&B. That's all I fucking knew, right? And then he went to me, oh, do you want the Eye of Destiny or something? And I thought, oh, go on then, fuck it. Right? And then that's the same person that's gone to me, he was talking to me about the craze. And I went, oh yeah. I went, fuck off, you don't know the craze. And he went, I do. He's got a VO and took me and Tony Mortimer down there. I went down and fucking Reggie Craze come out. I made the mistake of giving him my phone number. He started fucking ringing me every day. Talking my nan, hello, he's buying now. Got to fuck him.
What year were you?
93, 93.
So 93.
So 90, yeah, about 90, say 1993, that would average it out.
Probably
93, yeah.
might have been somebody else. I'm sure.
What's he got to be now? He's got to be 42, isn't he, or something? Or 40, I mean, probably 42.
But you have to
You
be
same age
careful.
as John. How old was John than you?
They were sort of 2-3 years, weren't they?
Must be about 3 years, isn't
Yeah,
it?
about 3 years.
1993 or 98.
93. Right. And you was born
And I'm 20, I'm 45 now. So you take, and so that how many years with that as
23 off of 45
Yeah.
will leave you 22.
so it must have been, I can't have been 22 though, so I'm confused.
Right, 19, what
Yeah,
year?
no, I could have been. Year after come from, it was because I went back into, because I went back to Raymond and I was going to parties again, but I was 20. But I was still pissed out on my head and I was still under them and everything, and I
Yeah.
didn't.
So that's all
I
a bit.
didn't have sex with him because I've been having sex myself, but
Tony.
Why
Yeah,
did you
I didn't have
write,
sex
why did you
with
write
him.
40 there for?
45.
Who was he having sex with, Tom?
No, they had sex with him, they got him drugged up and they had sex with
What, a
him.
few people ragged him? And who were them people? Do it like anyone not
We
unlike
did go in the room and some other people go into the room, but back then, look,
I can't get my head around this boy.
Don't worry, that
Keep
works out
doing.
about right. Because how old are you now?
45.
45.
45 years, 25 years ago, that's about right.
20 what, 2?
That's about right. That's about right.
No, well, you've got to be careful, haven't you? Because
He
you
was
can get
no,
arrested.
you probably was about. You probably was about fucking.
I didn't do
22.
it. I was a victim. I was there under the victim. And
Yeah,
stuff,
you was
and
made to do
I
stuff.
was in it for 20.
You weren't there
28
through choice,
years.
was you?
No, I've been in. I was in it for 28 years.
Do you know
so
when Mortimer was
From
getting...
8, for fuck's sake.
When
You
Mortimer-
couldn't be making no decisions when you was 8.
When Mortimer...
I didn't know any better.
Exactly.
Hold on,
It's not your fault, Andy. Don't
When
ever
Mortimer was
forget that.
having sex with
I just thought
With Jonathan King.
It's one of those things I probably won't say. I won't say it to police because
Listen,
I
you're
think-
not a bad bloke. You're not a bad bloke. So
you
don't-
ask someone if I could see you. One things and I knew, and then well, called help, and I thought.
No,
well,
you have.
that's
You've
what it's
helped me.
about.
You have helped me, Andy, because it's gone from hearsay to fucking
Facts.
someone that was there. You know, and I believe you because fucking Bill believes you, and if he believes you, then I believe
Chris
you.
believes you,
I
I
went,
believe you.
Chris
I
believes you.
went there as a I was taken to that party.
I tell you what, you have to be
as a
fucking
friend.
good to fucking make all this up and be fucking in it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
have to be careful what I say when I were older, because like, if there's, you can get arrested even though it's not your fault. Things that that can be framed up for this.
They made you do it. What can you do?
No,
if
I'm
you
on
don't
about
do it,
today's.
if they say you
I'm on
The law of
about
his age.
yeah, but it's not his fault.
No,
It's-
but no, don't matter.
under
It's not
the
somebody's
laws,
making
laws
him-
have changed the laws and stuff, haven't they? And I
It's
know,
not- it's
yeah,
not-
I
it's
was
not
out of
your
me. I
fucking
bet I
fault.
was under control. What were you like at that? You know what you like. when you're
22.
yeah, you're still out your head, aren't you? And it's prime
I
of your
was,
life.
how old was I? That was around 23, 22. I was doing pills because that's when I got sacked. And I remember I went to see Reggie Cray, right? And he sent me a fucking tape. Like, listen, mate, I've never met Reggie Cray before that, right? Now, I know this gangster. I know nothing about him, clearly. Nah.
Everyone
right?
thinks, oh, he's crazy. That's what it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was nice people there. You know,
Reggie,
like,
well, when I met Reggie, he was a nice bloke.
they're really soft and everything. Some
Yeah.
of you piss them off. They were.
Yeah, obviously, he was fucking, he was one of the crazies, you know what I'm saying?
In fact, the film don't do justice to do with the craze. In the film, the craze, I don't think it does justice.
No.
There might be some factual stuff in it, like there was.
It's got to be dramatised to sell, innit? You know what I mean? Because I know they weren't happy with the way that they portrayed their mum.
Yeah,
and that,
yeah,
you
they
know what I'm
loved their
saying?
mum.
I just want to go back. When Mortimer was being fucked, right, by Jonathan King,
See, I don't.
you was in the same bed as him.
We're all the foursome.
Who's the other person?
Fucking Jonathan King, man.
Who's the other person?
Another person of industry, music
Do
industry.
you remember who it was, please?
Can't remember.
Was he a
his name.
senior producer or like, what kind of sort of person was he? Do you remember him singing?
No, he worked in recording studios. He was in charge of recording studios.
What sort of strings can Jonathan King pull? Who does he know? What can he do? What
Well, he's a mason.
Right, that says it all then. Is Tom Watkins a mason?
Yeah, I think quite a few of them are because of the money and stuff. And the,
Yeah, we'll get helped out.
That's why.
We always said that.
That's why
anyway.
there's
We always said
them
that.
signs and that and the videos and that.
That's why the symbolism's there.
they like
His
to, they
mates
like
get
to,
it.
They like the symbolism.
They like to, in this them to put the symbolism into your videos and stuff, and they like you to have symbolism because it's glorifying them.
Yeah.
You know, you're
Their own
glorifying
club.
them, and you're being used in a way.
They're putting
Exactly.
like, they're putting Tony
putting
was holding a
feelings in
pyramid in the
people.
gold video with the eye on it, sitting there holding it, having gold coins dropped on his head. That's satanic reference to Rain Man. He's holding the all-seeing eye. Who give it to him? Tom Watkins give it to him because they were candles and they was in his new flat. He went, oh yeah, Tom come round to see the new flat and that the other day. I was like, where'd you get these from? He said, yeah, Tom bought them round and left them. Pyramid candle. Next day we're shooting the gold
Oh, I
video.
know.
He's bought it along and he's holding it in the thing and I know. I've always, I didn't know till the internet come out, till I started seeing, fucking looked on the back of a dollar, I thought, what the fuck's that? What's this? Took me into a new world, that's how I got into it. And since then, it's gone full circle. I'm looking on a dollar, now it's gone to Egypt, and all of a sudden, it's all fucking come right back to me. And I'm standing there in pictures going like that, right? I weren't doing that, I was just going, because you know like you're moving about, yeah man, do visuals, do you know what I'm saying? And just keep it moving and that for photos, yeah? But I must have been standing there doing all the fucking, yeah, man, you know what I mean? Not knowing. And I fucking swear on my life, may I drop dead now. I had no fucking clue. So when I've sat there, I've took screenshots of every single video, 5-pointed star in that. That song's called Let It Rain, reference to Rain Man again. I see the Gold video, A Soul Should Never Be Sold.
Everything that's to do with the higher up, you know, like and that.
I had one of their biggest songs, It's Alright, we're on top of a step.
It'll be on television, and it's you know, they can brainwash people with those symbols.
Yeah.
And it's to do brainwashing. You don't realise that you're just a key in a clog. You got a good voice, and you just
you're just a product being used, and when your time's up and they go, it's going to switch you off now, like what they're doing.
They drop you big style.
And they leave you fucked.
They make you feel like the
Do you know the
world.
Bros Brothers?
I've been there, man.
They make you feel like the world.
That's why I've been for 20
Did
years.
the Bros Brothers ever get dragged into this?
They're gay.
Are they?
Well, played about.
Yeah, I think
One of them's gay. One of them's definitely gay.
Joanne saw Matt Goss in Harrods and he had
about.
eyeliner on. If that's
Yeah, but
anything,
men
if that's
wear
anything
makeup
about
like-
I don't know
Generally
anyone
one
that
of
wears. I
them-
don't
generally
know
one
any
of
men
them
that wear
One's
eyeliner.
gay.
Yeah, fucking I do.
I don't.
nowadays, man. Fucking
I'm not
men
fucking
gone
about. I don't know any
I
men.
thought you had eyeliner on. I thought you had it on now.
No, man, I don't fucking
I'm not
eyeliner, man. I
teasing.
just got fucking eyelashes, mate. You get yeah, no, mate. I don't.
Who else?
I do eyeliner. They did do it in a couple of pictures, but it was standard, wasn't it? Makeup and that.
Makeup
When they
is-
started doing the
it's-
eyeliner, I thought, no, fucking fuck that shit off.
It is when you do BBC, isn't it? And ITV.
They make you orange, and then fucking load of powder over you, and that fucking eye drops and that, and you're sitting there looking like you've been fucking tangoed. Fucking early Saturday, fucking rehearsing in some fucking dirty cold warehouse.
When they want
Do
you,
you
they look
remember?
after you.
Can I
They
ask
do
you
look
something?
after you.
They do
want
look
you.
after you when you're in there, yeah.
Can I ask you something, right? There was a guy, yeah, his name was Stephen Davis. He was like a half caste, but he had patchy skin. He was like white bit hair and it was like
Yeah,
tan
it looks
colour.
like he'd been burnt a bit, or
over.
birthmarks, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I
these
remember.
big spots, like
Yeah,
dark, like
He was light.
Yeah,
He was light skinned.
yeah,
But with white patches all over him.
yeah, like patchwork.
Quite tall sort of fella, skinny.
I thought it might have been burnt or something, or
And was he with Mortimer? Did you see him
Yeah.
moving around with Mortimer in the parties?
sometimes, yeah. Sometimes not. Sometimes he talked to him a few times. We were there and in parties and not always. You didn't always. They come with you. Come with them, but you didn't always stay with them. If you know what I mean.
Mm.
Young lads stick to young lads, don't they? And joke and stuff like that. And
They asked you that, did they? We asked you questions.
No, I mentioned
You're
the
giving us
things.
answers.
I'm just having
If
it
they
like
had
a fucking
questions like
conversation,
that,
mate.
you
You
could
know
have
what I
must
mean?
be giving them answers.
I can't believe what I'm hearing, mate. You're filling in the gaps here for me, man. And I'm fucking interested. I've never been more interested in my life because this is such a missing part, you know, just the confirmation of, yeah, this was going on. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it, man. Fuck's sake.
Did
So they fucked him, they've raped him, basically. That's what they've done.
about 7 of them.
They fucking raped him.
Was
Fuck
Samantha Fox ever there?
she went to that party. She didn't get that many parties. She really got.
Well, she
to-
did. Did she roll up with Jonathan King?
Yeah. Sometimes.
How old was she when she first started
She
going
was
to them
young,
parties?
She was only young.
Was she underage?
Herself, she was underage. When I first saw her, she was underage. Yeah. She did okay though, and end out for herself, didn't she?
But you think, look at her later on in life. She
She's
she hit the
finished
drink.
now,
She
isn't
got
she?
she went a little. She got a bit wonky, didn't she? Sort of. She looked to me probably like how some people look at me and think, I don't want to work with him. He looks like he's going to be a bit hard to manage. But she was even further, like being pissed up on telly, crying, and like.
Look, people like Michael Jackson and
But that's
changing the skin, change your colour.
Do you know
and
anything
everything.
about
That's-
him?
He's fucked up. Roundy Park, when he did a concert at Roundy Park.
Is he a nonce?
He's gay, yeah.
Was he just gay? Did he like
He
like
liked
children?
kids, he liked children. It were well.
Fucking
well,
hell, was it
it's
that
well-
blatant that he would?
It's well recorded now. Is that anyway? It's well.
But is it? Or do you think they
No, if you look on
attracted
American
to it?
websites, it's well recorded. It's well acknowledged now.
Geordie, you had some geezer up north somewhere who he would talk in it, and he was getting him to masturbate on the phone, and you. I don't fucking know.
It's these people.
No,
It's
not
the people that
normal.
run
It's
it.
not normal.
It's the people that run it that draw these people in. Michael Jackson wouldn't have been queer.
So
He was
no, you
dancing
enjoy-
and singing with his brothers as a group. It's when they took him aside.
No, I mean it may have been, and it may have been an hard thing for him.
Yeah, but sex is a bit of a, you know, with sex you get high. It's like being on drugs having sex. You know what I mean? Because it gives you a buzz, doesn't it? Makes you high.
Yeah.
Whether like, you know, like,
The adrenaline's up there, isn't it?
yeah,
It depends, because obviously, do you know what I mean? Like the dilemma here is for me. I like women.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I like
but you
women.
still get the same feeling with a woman, and you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What it is for a gay man, obviously, it's the equivalent for a straight man with a woman. It's got to be something like that. Otherwise, it fucking wouldn't run, would it?
I've been
saying.
with women and men. I can't class myself as bi. I like both. But
I can't believe that Edwina Curry thing, man. That's
Oh,
fucking...
yeah, and it was
And he was probably young then.
no, it was
Fucking wrong uns, man.
fucking. The sweat down there. It was awful.
Bet it fucking smelled like bins,
I
didn't
was
it?
sick. It was, I've been drinking anyway while I was sick over a fanny.
Alright, what's that?
You was actually sick on her fanny.
Yeah, well, I've been drinking a lot. You know,
But was you actually like, look,
yeah. You know, I can drink all night.
Would she
now,
remember you
now.
from
Do you remember that? Would she?
It's probably why she says she don't
Then
know
again,
me.
she's probably had it a few times if it fucking stunk down there. Fucking dirty K, got more man than everyone else. I fucking ever wash you.
Every
cunt.
time they want a promotion, she'll go and sleep, won't she, with someone.
Fuck's sake.
and John Major
If
was
her
he
fanny
just,
could talk, it'd probably have some stuff.
Mate, does it smell like bins or what?
It stunk sweat, sweaty
must be
fish.
fishy,
Oh,
innit?
yeah, man, dirty bins on a council estate
No,
on a
man,
hot
fish.
day, man, where
Fish
someone's
is
just
worse.
locked kippers in there or something.
Yeah, fucking fish stinks, man.
Fuck, man.
Do you know
It's
John
got some
Major,
nerve,
was,
innit?
he, was
Can
John
do-
Major just floating around all this time?
No, not all the
Truck
time. I mean,
He's
John
probably
Major
standing
never
in the
stayed
corner
to-
with his finger in his own
Funny thing
bum.
is, John Major never actually stayed to the end of parties. He left.
Did
There's
he have
quite a
any
few
part of-
people out that come at the beginning and that.
Have you seen him
Oh.
do anything though? That's what
Oh yeah,
you have. Underage, what, boys?
been in I have seen him, yeah, with underage, but
Boys,
Yeah, so I
girls?
don't want you to feel under pressure to say anything you don't, so I can see you feel a bit under pressure, and I don't want you to, so, do you know what I mean? That's enough, really, that's enough.
like just
That's
talk
enough,
talk
that's
about
enough,
it,
man, that's
stuff.
enough what you've said.
politician. Don't like talking much about politicians because I know that.
Well,
Part of me still feels like I do fear what
You feel like they
they've got
can
more
just fucking,
people. They've got more people that can.
just walk into your life at any time and start making things ill. You don't want
Yeah.
the stress, you don't want the threats, you want to be fucking left alone, man, to get on with your life, man, so you can feel easy, innit? And
Yeah,
just
I
fucking
can never do
breathe,
that.
get the fuck out of my life. You've already fucking taken it away. Like, now fuck
I
off.
want to keep on fighting till I die, but I never get the chances these days to do
Yeah,
it.
you fucking, why you gotta be, like, it's not fair, it's not fair, Andrew, man, it's not fair that you gotta be like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least if you could be allowed to go, right, fuck it, that's done, that's
I've
over.
already like that. I've already started being like that again.
In your head, in your head, you have
Andrew,
to.
right, we're all there, we're all going to die, right?
Yeah, no one's
Yeah.
going to escape it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and wherever you're away you're going to die, you can't change it.
But they can't take anything from me because they've took it all from me.
But you know what? What
You've only
you've
got
given,
things to
what you're
gain.
giving to other people now, information-wise, if you was gone tomorrow, you think that's going to stop?
Mate, do you know what
You'll
you've
still
done?
be alive with that, going along with it.
What you've done, from what I've seen, is the most powerful news I've ever heard.
And relevant.
Ever. I've never heard news
relevant
like
to your
it.
life.
I've heard hearsay, but I've never actually met
You
someone
must
that's
have,
gone.
you've heard people talk about it before. It's
Not
lots
fucking,
of
not
news.
paedophilia.
No.
This was just not something that was around me.
You
mate.
probably never met anybody who was being trafficked and I was being trafficked.
No,
child
this was
trafficked.
this is a world that was like, my focus wasn't on that. My focus was on trying to fucking sing like Charlie
Sing.
Wilson or mustn't.
But do you know they would have bring child down? This government wanted to bring one of the women. Oh, what they call them? They wanted to bring child down to 12. Was it 12?
Yeah, the
That's
age
what
of
it says.
consent they're talking about. Yeah.
Then anything that I say wouldn't have been against the law.
No, we'll do that just so one person's case.
Listen, man, that
They
like,
do
like
it to protect one person, but the whole point is you give you a ticket from it to be illegal, so you can just go and fuck a child. and that's wrong. It's wrong doing it now, but it's not going to make it any better if they brought the road down.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened there? I mean, really, the worst. Just fucking shocked me.
Cooking,
I need to know that. I really need to know how fucking deep this thing gets.
Cooks,
and how
because it cooks one of the worst. Goes to one of the worst, but these are the worst people out in the world.
No, to you, I'm talking about experiences you had. Was Cook was one of the worst.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the death, because he left me dead.
And
He killed me
man.
for 3 days, and he kept bringing me back alive for a couple of days. Like, when I say 3 days, it was 2 nights, but it seemed a week because
Was you kept under some train station or something?
no, we kept in a basement in a.
I thought, did Bill say something about you could hear trains or something?
Because there were trains going by it and
Oh,
everything.
right.
Must have been. Was
We
you
were in the
underneath the
cellar, underneath the
Basement.
cellar.
Yeah,
basement.
yeah.
Right.
Fucking hell, what's that like?
He was handcuffed to a kid who's dead.
We weren't dead to start with.
Yeah, he was.
Really,
Is this
really
the
young.
is this the 8-year-old kid?
Yeah, but I was only about, I think, no, he was 10. He looks younger than he was, but he was 10.
Yeah. Fuck.
And it's also, some of the media found out now, because they did the checks on what things and stuff and
I
everything.
feel lost.
And they know the lad,
You know,
they think
my
know the
spirit
victim.
is lost.
They took him off the street in London. He went from a children's home.
He just ran him off the street.
They slammed him off the street. They did that quite a few times.
Just kidnapping, taking them, fucking doing what they want.
But that was,
Fucking.
he was
idiots,
just
man.
doing something on his own. Not for the group, it was his own. You know,
The
like,
cook.
yeah. When they started doing things on their own, so a lot of people didn't like him.
What's the fucking? Where's the ultimate weakness here, man? Where's the ultimate weakness? How do we go in and go, bang, get out of that, you fucking cunt? Now the world knows we can do about it.
The whole point is, MPs and everybody are saying the same stuff we're saying. The MPs and stuff are now, an MP said, is openly said, because I come across it on Facebook, and not Facebook, on YouTube and stuff, and I saw it, I said, he said that and he's done that, and I sent it to Chris, and Chris says, yeah, I know about that, because I've seen it before. He says, but the media didn't go, none of the media, this is when the MPs say that it's going on, the media's don't pick up on it.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
obviously,
they don't
them lot of government, they run the show like that. Honestly, I would have thought that goes without saying. Something as big as an influence like a newspaper, something with that power of influence, obviously going to be fucking kept under. Rebecca Brooks, anything now?
Brooks,
Ginger Bird from News of the World, who I'm about to get. I'm about to get her, man, with a phone hacking. I've got her banged to rights, but if you've got
she
anything
used to
else,
phone her. Yeah, they all used to do it back then.
what, the hacking?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing kiddie with her or anything like that. Nothing.
Maxwell's boat parties. She used to go on a few of the boat and some of his yacht parties.
What, where there was kids on the boat,
Yeah, there was always kids on the boat.
and what, just paedophiles and kids and her.
No, it was very. They want loads and loads.
Max Clifford now.
Fucking, we need to let him get
Max
some sleep in
Clifford's
a
the next
bit,
one
man.
who's going up to court now. How can we jar that up?
Well, don't know if you.
Is it possible to take them down, or will they be protected no matter what evidence you?
You can't. If they did send him down, he'd get a couple of months, like they do with some of them.
Yeah, but even if you've got a couple of months, he's been sentenced. If
Yeah, he's got that mark on
he's-
his
yeah.
name. Yeah, he's got that.
But they're not going to send him. I don't think they're going to send him down. They might send him down.
Is he that powerful? And
I
is
don't
it-
know if they are as powerful as they used to be. They were powerful when they were in government and stuff. But I
Yeah,
think
but he mixes with all them people. Don't think he mixes with fucking Savile, he mixes with everyone.
yeah, power is up there. It's up there. He's but his protections are going out. They're dying now. They're getting old.
That's what's working
That's
against
why
him,
it's
innit?
going
They're all
against
fucking old now.
And the people that the abuse are
He's
starting
a
to
Freemason
talk out.
probably, isn't he?
Have you ever seen the Queen abuse anyone?
No, not the Queen.
No.
Shoot behind fucking...
Philip,
Philip, yeah.
you seen him abuse someone?
Like,
kid.
what did you see him do?
What the one who works in the who used to be in the Navy.
Yeah.
The husband.
I was taken up from socials. I was taken up to his Navy ship,
Who by?
It's alright if you don't want to go there. You ain't got to go.
No,
I don't even feel.
You're trying to think the names, mate.
Yeah, I know, but I don't. If he
Savile.
feels uncomfortable.
Savile chauffeur took us up there.
Well, the geezer that fucking ended up suicide.
Yeah,
Was he a Roman?
wrong one. They had him to rights.
Was he?
I could have gone to court and spoke for him, but died
Was
before he
he?
was due to go
Was
to
he a
court.
Roman then? Was he doing bad things himself as well, or was he just a driver?
He's moved dead bodies about as that guy for Savile.
That's it. Yeah. I can understand. If he did,
Savile, if they took
I
Savile,
would take him out because he knew she knew too much.
if they examined Savile's rolls, which he didn't take out when he's in Leeds that often, he didn't take it out, he just keeps it there, says he has it on show. But it did come out a few times with that rolls. People didn't, and then see the rolls, and then they used to use another rolls because one of his chauffeurs had the rolls, because he was a chauffeur and that's what he did for a living.
Those two.
So there was two chauffeurs, two rolls that Savile could get. He had his own rolls that he didn't have to take out.
And one could be used as a decoy, couldn't it?
Mm.
Fucking hell,
Where do you
man.
think they took the bodies though?
They dump them out at sea, off the ferries.
Same as what Ted Heath was doing.
Well, perhaps same thing.
Mm.
He would have done it himself. It was the same guys that have done it will do. It's the same people that get rid of. It's the fixers.
Don't know anything
It's
about.
the fixers that do it for
Don't
them.
know anything about Madeleine McCann, do you?
Not that when I say the fixers, I don't mean the. I don't
No,
think it's
the
circuit
people that take
services.
care of things afterwards.
The people take care of things afterwards.
Mm.
Yeah, Savile were one of them, one of the fixers.
He took a piss of Jimmy Fixit. You know what I mean? He took a piss.
Fuck me, that was in your
He was the
face,
fixers
man.
for these bigger people, getting rid of dead bodies and moving things around, kids around, drugs around, all sorts of stuff probably, eh?
Fucking hell, man. I'm just like,
Blown away.
I don't know what to say, man. I don't like the conversation that we're having. Fucking hell, Andrew, man.
Numbed off.
So what age were you when you first went into band?
Fucking 17. 17. But I came into it, I was last to come in. Well, me and Terry was last to come in. It was obviously always John and Tony because they went to school together. And although I'd seen Tony before, I didn't really know him. And then Terry come round my house because Terry's my mate from school. And I was having a mix in my bedroom and that, and we fucking shit, I had some shit turntables, man. And he come in and went, yeah, I'm in a band. And I said, fucking what, did you say anything for me? Because like, we was both right on the music at that time, you know what I mean? And he went, no. I was expecting him to say, yeah. So I went, what's this fucking, what band? He goes like, yeah, Tony's round the corner, man. She come, or Anthony, we called him then. And we went round now, and he was in a car, a hood up and that, sat there, and I just went up to him and went, like, I'm toes, mate, and that. Like, he said, like, you lot going to studio and that tomorrow. I said, would it be alright to come? And he just went, yeah. And I couldn't believe it. I walked away and thought, oh, fucking... And then I've come in and fucking stole it, and they had to go through none of that, and they had to go through none of that shit apart from giving it to the people that I was fucking unaware. So I'm just like, yeah, bollocks, you don't run my life. I would ring Tom, I would ring Sally, you fucking cunt, what you fucking play? I'll give it to them, mate. I had to go. And they tried to finish me, and they brought Major in to do it.
I don't know, they've got when they don't do things themselves, they usually get other people to do lucky work. And they'll do it for each other, don't they? And
It's a Freemason.
that's the thing about being Masons.
I ain't been
Told you
abused,
most of
Andrew,
the
mate, but I feel like I might as
Physically,
well have been.
Mentally, you've been ragged.
If you can understand that. I
Yeah.
feel like I do. I feel like I might as well have been. I'm not even trying to be, because my thing, fuck all of yours. I've been through some shit, mate, but I ain't been through what you've been through, and most people say that to me. Do you know what I'm saying? So your thing's fucking heavy, man. But you know what I'm saying? We're not fucked up journalist people. We're real people and we're still trying to get our fucking heads around it. Do you know what I'm saying? I ain't got the intelligence to go off and fucking stitch you up and fucking you. I just want to...
Ain't got that in us,
I'm
man.
just fucking trying to come to terms with...
The only things.
I'm in this now, and I've got to help fucking tell everyone, but it's got to be done properly, and who's going to fucking listen to me? You know what I'm saying? But they'll listen to you because you're fucking... You're the real deal, mate. Andrew, nice one, mate. Fucking, like, come on, mate.
All these people always say,
What time is
give
it?
us the proof.
Oh, it's okay.
Give us the proof, Andrew.
I don't
Can
you
I
fuck
say,
tomorrow. 'Cause
I
fucking
wish I did have the proof.
Bill will rip me fucking head off if you're fucked tomorrow.
Esther Ransom,
No.
Frank Bruno,
Yes.
Edwina Curry,
Yes.
John Major,
Yes.
Confirmed.
Elton John,
Yes.
Confirmed.
Sidney Cook,
Yes.
Confirmed.
Kenneth Clark,
Yes.
Leon Britton,
Yes.
Confirmed.
John Prescott,
Yes.
Confirmed.
Dennis Thatcher,
Yes.
Mark Thatcher,
Yes.
Jimmy Savile,
Yes.
Confirmed.
Prince Andrew,
Yes.
Confirmed.
Jeffrey Epstein,
Yes.
Nathan Rothschild,
Yes.
Cliff Richard,
Yes.
Tony Blair,
Yes.
Gordon Brown,
Yes.
Prince Charles,
No.
Queen Mother,
No.
the Pope,
No.
Robert Maxwell,
Yes.
Confirmed.
Sylvia Young,
Yes.
Confirmed.
Elton John,
Yes.
Confirmed.
Simon Cowell,
Yes.
Max Bygraves,
Yes.
David Frost,
No.
Alan Wicker,
Yes.
Ted Heath.
Yes.
Confirmed.
Okay, yes means Andrew had sex with them. Confirmed means other victims have come forward and has been confirmed by NAPIC. This is horrific. This is a very small list of a very big list, and this is a witness, and his name is Andrew, and he's come forward of Operation Fernbridge, and we're going to tell the story, and we're going to start his story with when he first went into care. Okay, Andrew, so how old was you when you first went into care?
I was 8 years old when I went in care, but I want full care. Then I was full care about when you go to you're supposed to go to middle school, so about 12.
Yeah.
Um,
When did you go into your boarding school?
when I was about 12,
And what was the name of that boarding school?
Thorngarth,
Thorngarth.
yeah.
So,
Then Thorngarth, Denturential School.
From
Residential.
Residential school,
in
yeah.
Bradford.
okay, when was you first abused?
8 years old,
And-
special school.
And that was in a special school because did you have learning difficulties and dyslexia?
And, I'm dyslexic. I was and everything. I found out in later life I was dyslexic, but they just thought I was just a little child and had learning difficulties, and they just thought I was just because I was hyper as well, and
Do you take any medication?
not then, back then, no.
No. Do you now? Are you on medication now?
No. They give me some for my nerves since I've been under, but I haven't taken them because I don't need them really.
Okay, right, let's go to the story of when you was at your boarding school and you went there. How old was you when you went there?
12, or just, but I'm 12, well, just about 12.
When you went to a state-run boarding school, right? And let's tell the audience about your first meeting with Sidney Cook.
Sydney. No, that was later on. That one at the beginning, that was later on. So
No, tell me about was that your first meeting with him when you met him at the fairground?
I've seen him at a few parties about and stuff. People told me to keep away from him and stuff. And
So, what parties are you talking
It's,
about?
it's the guy who sold him to Sidney Cook you should be talking about.
Right.
His name was...
Can I just say that Chris is here to help Andrew, because obviously doing an interview, you know, you can become quite nervous. And Chris and Andrew have been speaking for many, many years. And Andrew actually went to Chris when to NAPEC
Yeah.
when he was.
I was one of the first people to say these things.
Yeah.
And then when they looked at it with the people and stuff, and people, they realised I was telling the truth. At the beginning, I don't think they believed me. A lot of them didn't believe. They thought because it was too far fetched even, and I knew it was going to be, people won't believe because it's.
Because of the importance of these people
And then-
in society.
Yeah.
But then those the things I said to NAPEC were just put afterwards sort of on file, and millions, well I don't know if to say millions, but lots of other people came saying similar stories. Then my friend that I introduced to Chris as a kid, who was in Amsterdam with me, went on television. I
And
didn't
he
know he'd been on
came
TV.
forward.
I didn't know he'd been on TV till lately when Chris told me where to look on
And
Facebook.
and the guy
Sorry,
this guy, your friend that was on television, he was in a film. Chris,
Yeah.
what was that film called?
He was in an ITV documentary called The Boy Business, which was about the making of snuff movies in Amsterdam. But just going back to Sidney Cook, there was a guy in Bradford who led the ring of paedophiles in Bradford. His name was G.R. Stevens. He was known as Graham.
He's dead now.
He's
so
dead
his
now.
name.
But he was the guy, and I met the guy, a nasty piece of work, who sold Andrew to Sidney Cook at the fairground.
Right, so tell me what happened when you met Sidney Cook at the fairground. How old was you when you met Sidney Cook? 12? 13?
13, 14.
So you was taken by this guy Graham from the boarding school to meet Sidney.
The boarding school went there, first couple of days, it's all good and everything. Then other lads started having sex like lads do.
Mm.
Then a teacher there started abusing me and sort of having sex with the teacher.
And what was his name? Their name? Mr. and Mrs. Green.
No, that was the headmaster.
The headmaster, sorry. Yeah.
Sidney Cook. Tell me about your first meeting with Sidney Cook, where and when, and who brought you to him.
A guy called Graham took me. Now Graham
Who Chris was just talking
Graham has got a lot of. Graham's from Wales, and he had to come out of Wales because he got up for him when he went to prison service centre. So he went
about. For paedophilia.
paedophilia, and he went down to Chris knows.
Can I confirm that Graham Stevens, G.R. Stevens, and Sidney Cook were in jail together in North Wales in the mid to late 1970s.
Right.
So they knew each other.
So they
very
knew
well.
each other well.
Yeah,
Right,
and
two
both were convicted paedophiles.
two paedophiles, right.
Yeah.
So he brought you to Sidney Cook. Where did he take you to meet Sidney Cook? Tell me
We
the
were
story.
going-
Tell me the story. What happened?
I trusted him and everything because I just saw him like a father and everything. You know, I
Right.
loved the guy, but
That was Graham.
yeah,
Yeah, you loved him.
Yeah, and, but I loved a lot of the people that abused me. I felt I loved them, but
Yeah, I'll just say, Bill, that Graham was one of these people who was very, very skilled at grooming children.
Yeah.
He played the father figure. You should have seen, unfortunately I've given them to Fernbridge, but the letters he used to write to us, we're talking about Andrew, who was a young boy, and he would say things in the letters like, I've never felt so wonderful as having my dear boy safe naked in my arms in bed with me.
So, could you tell us where you first met Sidney Cook and who took you to him?
Graham from Bradford, he lived in West Bowling. Not West Manningham, he lived in Nate Park.
Yeah. So he's come and got you and taken you where?
We were going to meet some friends a friend of his in Wales.
Yeah.
and he asked me if he wanted to come with me to go and see him, meet with him in Wales. And another friend of his took us down in the car, came and picked us up and took us in the car.
Do you know his friend's name?
He was a judge.
He was a judge. Okay. So what happened? They took you to meet Sidney Cook. You're in the car with a judge and Graham.
Then we went by. We didn't go. We went by bus. We went by. We walked to town from there. Then we got in a train. Then when we got halfway, we went. Don't know which town we went to. We went on halfway on the train. So we were probably 5-6 miles away from London, because that's what it said.
Yeah.
And
So
then the car picked us up there. The judge, a car picked us up there.
So a car picked the three of you up there.
Then it took us to the fair. Then it took us to the fairground.
Yeah.
And then he went off.
Who did? The judge. The judge went off. So you're left with Graham. And then who did he introduce you to?
Went to a fairground. We just went to the fairground. He said we'll just stop off and go to a fairground and everything. And,
Yeah.
and then from there we'll catch a train from where we were into because I thought we were going straight to Wales, because we'd go up on the train and then the friend would pick us up to Wales.
Who did Graham introduce you to at that fun fair? Sidney Cook. Right, tell us about, so you've met
I've
Sidney
seen
Cook.
him before at a couple of parties. So
You'd already been to parties?
Yes, but he never did out with me at the parties. But
So you met Sidney Cook, and what happened then? We're talking about the fun festival.
Went to it's difficult because it's hard, because it's hurting inside,
I understand that, Andrew.
We went to the fairground, and it was. We went to the fairground, and we went to Sidney Cook, and Cook says, "Well, I'll take care of them and everything." But there was an half-caste lad there, already there.
Mixed race kid.
Yeah, we're
Half caste. What they used to call half caste, which is now mixed race.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not being prejudiced a lot. It's just
No, of course not. I understand that, Andrew. So you met Sidney Cook. He's got a small mixed race kid with him. How old do you reckon the kid was?
10. No, he could have been 11, but I'm sure he was 10.
Right.
10 or 11.
So then what happened?
Nothing happened at the fairground. We went on all the rides. It was good because we went on all the fairground rides, and you could go on all the rides for nothing and go around the fairground, and anything you wanted, any store. You could have food to eat, they give us food and stuff.
So you was having a good time?
And it was brilliant, it was really good and everything, and they were making us feel really good and everything. They were giving us money to put in arcade machines, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I'd say, give them some more money, but we want actually money, were like chips to put in,
So they were treating you well? They were treating you well, making
really
you
well.
laugh and making you feel good?
We went on roller coaster, we went on Twister loads of times, around the Twister all the time. And
That
stuff.
Yeah.
was Cook's. That was Cook's. He owned the waltzers.
Yeah.
He even let us do the controls in a controls and play with the controls to make the ride go around.
Right, so he knew people, obviously. He knew that he was Fairground Sid, that's what he was called, weren't he? That was his nickname.
Do you want me to narrow the time frame down?
I would like to narrow the time frame, but what I'd like to say to the audience is, when Andrew tells his story to all us off camera, it's completely different. Now, there's many of you out there that haven't ever told a story on camera. Trust me, it is completely different. It's completely different telling your story on camera. He's nervous, okay? So, I'm going to help you now because I know this story. You was at the fairground.
Yeah, but do you want the time frame on this, Bill?
Yeah.
That would have been, we were narrowed, based on what Andrew told us back at NAPIC and our own investigations, we narrowed the time frame down to the summer of 1981, and it was on the day of, or just the day before, the royal wedding.
Right.
So we think we also know the identity of the little half-caste boy that Andrew's talking about, because he went missing the same day.
Okay. So let's go now. When you told us the story, many times you told the story, and like I say, I know it's difficult on camera, Andrew, but just imagine, just put yourself that the cameras aren't there, and you're just telling us that story again, as you have so many times, so, you know, eloquent and fluently.
You've got a tissue.
Have we got any tissues? Can we have a tissue, please? Okay, so we stopped it there. Andrew got a little bit upset. Right, Andrew, this is a tough business that we're involved in. It's very tough, you know what I mean? I want you all to understand that, what this man went through. Now, you're going to try and tell your story now, again. If not, I will tell it for you, okay? So, you meet Sidney Cook, gives you a good time, and then you remember, after that, going in a car.
No, Graham disappeared and he wasn't there anymore.
So
And
you was
so,
left with
like,
Sidney Cook.
I was left in and I was just there and so Sid said, Sid was, I know now deep down on that we're all set up so I could go with Cook. Sydney it was set up for, but
So you then was with Sidney Cook, okay?
We
Now
went-
the way you told the story.
we went to, he gave us Coke, he gave us a hot dog, a burger with hot dogs, burgers with cheese and some chips, French fry things were on the.
Was you still at the fun fair then?
From
Right. So you've had your hot dogs, your burgers,
and
your
Coke.
chips, and your Coke. Then what happened?
Then from there, it says, you want to be on street, so we're taking you back to ours and everything. Graham can come pick you up, he knows where I live.
So Sidney Cook said, you're coming back to my place, and Graham's going to pick you up at my place. All right. So then what happened? What do you remember from there?
We climbed into a great big massive front carriage of a fairground wagon, had all the pattern of the name of the fairground and stuff. Can't remember.
What, like a lorry?
Yeah,
Showman's van.
it was.
A what?
Showman's van.
A
Had
showman's
the name,
van.
of,
So
had the
you've
name
got
of the had the symbols of what were on the wall, so on the
Yeah.
front of the carriage and everything.
Yeah.
And we climb into it, and at the back there's like bed, you know, because
Yeah.
something sleep like. It's a long distance type wagon type.
Yeah,
wagon.
like a camper, really.
Yeah.
So because they would sleep in it
Yeah,
as well.
showman's van. They
So it was
tied
a showman's
the line on the
van.
back and,
Gotcha. Right. So you've gone in there.
And then we had to sit, there's 2 seats up front where
You and the young kid.
and this other guy sat.
The young kid.
There was Sydney with the young kid that was Sydney, and then there was me, and there was another guy who
Who was he? Did you know his name? He was a friend of Sidney Cook's.
we think his name was Alan Williams
Right.
from South Wales. He's known as the Welsh Witch.
yeah, that's like the Welsh Witch.
Okay. So then, what do you remember? You're in this van, big van. It's got a bed in the back.
He gave us a great big bottle, like probably not 2 litre one, like 1 litre bottle of Coke.
You and the kid.
You and the kid, and a little bit of it were already out.
So it wasn't a full bottle.
No, it was only a little bit out,
Yeah.
and
You started drinking it.
we started. He says he takes the top off to make like he's opened it, but he said the lad says that's been drunk already. It's a bit down. He says, oh yeah, I took a swig out of it. There you go. He says it's okay. And
Right.
says,
So
anything.
you two, you're in the van with them. You think you're going back to Sidney Cook's place, and then what do you remember after drinking that?
You have a drink, and then not a few minutes, probably about No, it was within minutes. Time. First, we had a drink. I think we was always drugged before. I think there was some drugs put in the food that we were eating because I was feeling from there. So time we'd get into the van, and then we was drinking this stuff, I was already feeling a bit heavy.
Right.
You know.
So what? You started to feel sleepy, woozy.
No, not sleepy first. First I went a bit lively. We went a bit lively, and then we calmed. Then we started to calm down. So we was laughing and joking with me lad because we were getting on well and everything. And then he turns around and he says, "I don't live this way."
Right, Andrew. So you're in the van. You've been given this other bottle of drink. What's the next thing you remember?
I started to feel like I've been drinking a lot, and first I did, then it felt a bit weird, strange, like the room changed, shaking about a bit. Then I felt like I was been drinking, and every night on drink.
So what you're saying is they drugged the drinks that they were giving you at the fun fair and in the van as well, probably.
Yeah, definitely in the van.
Yeah. So then what you're not feeling well. Then what happened?
Then all of a sudden, tired falls on you. You feel so tired. But as soon as tired falls on you, you can't. You're trying to open your mouth to speak, and you can't speak to them.
Yeah.
Words can't come out.
So you're awake, but you felt like you was almost paralysed.
I was paralysed because I was getting weaker and weaker, and I couldn't do it about it.
Yeah.
And you think, what's happening here?
Okay, so
you're out of control. You've lost control, and you.
So let me just push it forward a little bit on this, okay? So you're in the van, you're feeling very, very dodgy, to say the least. What's the next thing?
I fell back onto the bed, and the 10 to 11-year-old lad fell sort of on top of me and everything, and we've sort of we're like a bit like two brothers, you know, and he fell with his head sort of on my shoulder, and I put my head and I fell on his.
This was in the back of the van.
And I don't remember anything else apart from it just.
So you don't remember anything?
Blank in that van. Everything everything was blank after that.
So, what happened when you woke up? Where was you?
I looked at when my eyes opened, I could see light, and then I didn't realise the floor a lot, but I couldn't move my head, I couldn't move my arms.
Where was you, Andy?
At that time, I didn't know it for a little while. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know I was on a chain. I couldn't feel the chain there.
So you was chained?
Yeah.
And where was you? You was chained to what? What was your
bed?
chain?
It's an old Victorian type bed.
So you woke up and you're in an old type Victorian bed. Was it a metal bed?
Metal.
Old iron bed?
Well, yeah.
And you was chained to it. How was you chained?
Chain
It was on your hands?
went around the arm, and then it went around the bed, through some of the loops at the back of the bed,
Yeah.
things, and then it came down, and I got at some point. I got the urge and I moved my head.
Was
Yeah,
one hand over your head or both?
Yeah, I know. No, just one.
One hand's over your head. What about the other little boy? What happened
Well,
to
when
him?
I realised it felt funny, and I did start getting a little bit of a feel, but it was.
That was probably
you
because
could
your
feel it,
hand was
yeah,
up, so your blood is coming down, and you was feeling a bit tingly and numb
Tingly and
on
numb
the chain.
And so I managed to get my head somehow. I could look up my eyes, and I saw this funny thing. I must have been moving my head slowly, but I know as I said I couldn't move my head. It felt I couldn't move my head. It felt like I was pinned down, and
So you were in a big old. Was it a double bed?
it was a
Obviously.
double bed. Yeah.
And was there anyone else in that bed when you woke up?
When I got my eyes around it, I saw the half-caste lad.
The mixed race kid was lying next to you.
Lying next to
And
me.
was he chained?
He was chained and then
On a separate chain or on
on
the
the
same?
same chain.
On the same chain, so it was going around the back and it was
together.
going on both. You both had one hand chained.
Chained.
What about the feet? Not the feet. So you both got one hand chain and you woke up, you were in bed. Was the kid awake?
No, when I first managed to, he was still out of it, but his eyes were open. He were out, he was out. I couldn't speak, so I couldn't say, "Are you okay?" or not, because I still couldn't speak words out of my mouth.
But was he awake?
Not when I first woke up. Then he did. No, he did wake up a bit, but not wake up. But his eyes opened a bit from closing.
Right.
But then there went the cook.
Okay, Andy, I know it's difficult, okay? So you're in the bed, you're chained to the bed, there's a young mixed race kid next to you, he's still asleep, but you're awake, okay? Now tell me what happened.
There were Sydney Cook on top of the little lad.
Yeah. So he's come in.
Well, I managed, my eyes looked down and I realised he was in underpants, and that's when I realised I was in underpants as well, and I thought, I don't remember getting undressed.
And Sydney Cook was
and,
in there.
And Sydney Cook were already, they was like, they were in the room, so I don't know if they were already in the room, but they was in the room after I had more seconds over and noticed that they were in the room and came onto the bed. Sydney Cook went onto the lad.
So you've woke up on the bed. You've sort of, as you've come round, you've seen the kid lying next to you, and then you've noticed Sydney Cook, or did he come into the room while you was waking up?
I don't know if he was already in the room,
Because you was well gone.
I don't know if he was already in the room or he just come in the room.
Right. So let's stay with this. All right. So Sydney Cook, you first spotted Sydney Cook. What was Sydney Cook doing? Tell me what Sydney Cook done.
Rubbing himself all over him, feeling his hands down his...
Rubbing the kid all over?
All over him, feeling his
genitals.
Private parts and...
Yeah.
And
was the kid awake?
His eyes were open, but you could see... I could see it on his face, and I think...
That the drug was still on him?
It was still on me. I couldn't speak, couldn't say no.
So it would have been on the kid as well?
I was trying to say, no, leave him alone.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say leave him alone because he's a cutest lad. He was really nice looking.
Yeah.
And he looked younger and everything. And it really got to me, really like...
And you were about 12 here and he was about 8?
About 10.
About 10.
Actually,
so, yeah.
He was 8 years old.
The kid was 8
It's the
years
same
old?
boy we think it was.
Yeah.
He was 8 years old.
Yeah, okay. So, what was Sydney Cook doing to the young boy? Put yourself back there, Andy. What was he doing?
Put his arms... He put his... what can I show you?
Yeah.
Put his arm like that, and then he was like, even though he couldn't hardly move, he just held him down with his arm like that. But he didn't do it he did it to make him uncomfortable, just to look at the expression on his face, and then he was feeling him up and.
So he gripped his throat, squeezing his throat.
Yeah, and just enough for him to open his mouth. He couldn't say out, but he didn't.
Yeah.
But then the other guy was abusing. Had started on me at the same time.
What was he doing to you? The same thing?
No, he didn't use that sort of violence. He used different sort of violences.
What violences did he use against you?
Punching me in the face and spitting. He punched me in the face, spat on me, spit in me and says I'm worth nothing. Nobody cares about me.
And when you told me the story, Sydney Cook was doing something to the kid. He was strangling him. You said. And
that was like happened. He was drunk. You get told, they make you feel like you're nothing, and then they spit you out. Then they get their arms around you and put them around your throat, and then
I'm going to help you out here.
Then they bring you back alive, and then
right. So let me help you out with this. So what he was doing, because I know this story, people, and so does Chris. So what the guy done, what Sydney Cook was doing to the kid next to you. He was started choking him, and the kid was passing out. As the kid was passing out, he would blow in his mouth, as you put it, resuscitate him, bring him round again,
And then they swap partners.
then do it again.
But they swap partners.
So Williams would take over from Cook.
So they would change. So then you would get the choking,
Yeah.
and the kid would get.
And he'd get a good beating.
So they just switch around. So one was that's it. So
this
that-
went over a period of hours, Bill.
Three-
Three
it
days.
was
2
3
nights.
days.
Yeah, but like the initial abuse took
Yeah.
3-4 hours.
And then Sidney
Yeah.
Cook kept coming back
Yeah.
with his friend
Yeah.
and continuing their abuse over a period of 3 days.
Sometimes it'd be full sex to do with you. Sometimes, but you don't know when you're out. You don't know what they're doing to you. But I know what they did
And
to
he
him.
used,
so I was-
and he used to
I
give
know.
you a drink when he came in, Sidney Cook. Whenever.
No, they
so-
give you a drink all the time. They gave you a drink. They didn't. They was very clever because once we were in, they gave us a. We was that drug took a long time to. What we had took quite a long time to wear off. It didn't wear off until after it had finished the first time, and then I was in that room
Yeah.
where me and that lad were in that
waiting
room.
7 or 8 hours, giving him another dose.
I can't.
So
I
every-
can't recall time
Yeah,
because
no, exactly.
But
That's
the dose they gave you, when you were telling me the story, you said it was looked like water, but it tasted like marzipan.
yeah, a little bit like marzipan. Yeah.
Right, so they kept you drugged over 3 days. They was coming backwards and forwards and abusing you, right?
And we
Yeah.
suspect they had a camera in there too.
And right now, so you was probably being filmed on that, okay? Because Sidney Cook was involved with snuff movies,
Yeah.
okay? Now, you were very fortunate. Someone came in after 3 days and saved you. Who was that?
Graham.
So Graham, the guy who took you to Sidney Cook in the first place, he came back and saved you. What do you remember about him when he came in that time? What can you remember?
Well, when he's choked me, I felt like I was going down a tunnel and everything, and then it just felt like I'm floating down a tunnel, and I just wanted to go to this light, and it was a beautiful experience. It was all peaceful and everything.
This was when Sidney Cook was choking you.
Yeah.
And
This is
and-
drugs, mate.
Yeah, and the drugs, and you felt that you was going towards the light.
Yeah, and then something like I call it like an angel, because it wasn't like a bit of light came over and says your time's not up yet, and then I'm like looking on top of, and I'm thinking, this is funny. How am I looking? And that's me down there. I didn't recognise myself.
So you was looking down on yourself,
And I
and
could
what did you
him.
see?
I saw him with his head over me, growing hair into me and everything.
So
It
Sidney
wasn't-
Cook was trying to resuscitate
No,
I
you.
think it was Steve.
So
Steve.
Steve.
Graham Stevens.
Graham.
Stevens, this is the guy who originally bought you, and then he was blowing into your mouth to try and resuscitate you. He'd come back for you.
Come back from
Thank God. So he's resuscitated you, and he started loosening your chains. But what about the
chains
kid
were still
next to
there,
you?
but
What about the kid? What
Well,
happened?
brought me back around. He brought me back around, and I was still stunned and everything. But
What was he saying to you when you came round?
he was crying. He was saying, sorry, I didn't know they were going to do this to you. I'm sorry. Don't die. And I came around, and when I came around,
Because this man was abusing you as well, wasn't he? But not like Sidney Cook and the other guy wanted to abuse you and did abuse you. Right, so tell me about, hang on, what is going on? This is like fucking like pissing out. Let's have it, alright? I want to know what happened, okay? The audience, they want to know what happened. I know you're getting upset.
he was.
Graham's.
When
You woke up with Graham on top of you, trying to undo the chain. He was crying. He was saying he loved you, and I'm sorry, I didn't know they was going to do this to you. What about the kid next to you? What
It
happened?
was white, but before I saw before I went to the tunnel and
Before
before he wasn't
Before Graham came
before
in.
Graham died, he wasn't
Yeah.
dead. And it like because it was one night and there was a time when we was together and we started we started talking. The first night, I was with just two of us when they left the room, and we were just both in that room together and everything, and there was nobody.
You were just you and the kid.
There was nobody, and I felt, and you were feeling from
You were hugging him. You were trying to hug him to comfort him.
Hugging each other, you, me first, because he was so tearful and everything.
So the kid was crying, you were hugging him, and you were trying to comfort each other. This was before. This happened at the times that you and him were on your own. You comforted each other, and then all of a sudden, then Sidney Cook and his friend would be there, but Graham, he came back to get you. So we're now at Graham. He resuscitated you, yeah. He's undone your chain. What about the kid next to you?
He was dead at that point.
He was dead.
I looked. He said, "Graham says there's nothing you could do for him. There's nothing you could do." It was white as hell.
Yeah. And what did you do?
I went. I tried to give him a kiss of life. I thought to myself, Graham.
You tried to give him the kiss of life.
If Graham could bring me back, maybe I can bring this lad back to life and get him out of it.
He was dead.
I just
He was
felt
dead.
like, oh, why not me? Why not me? It should have been me. I'm older than him. He should have lived.
But he didn't.
You didn't.
You did. That's why you're doing this. That's one of the reasons why you're doing this.
You just, before, when we was together, and I think that last night and everything, we were together, he was crying all the time for his mum. He said he loved his mum.
He was crying for his mum, and he said he loved his mum.
And he told
But he
me,
was dead.
He told me he was taken from her before he was dead. He told me that why he would take me back. They took me out. I would come out and I just.
We're going to cut that. We're going to cut that there.
Somebody's knocked on
Don't
the
open
door.
it.
Hold on, check it
Don't
out.
open it. We're going to cut that there. It's too smelly.
Who knocked on the door?
Someone knocked on the door.
Oh no, I'm not opening it.
You're right, mate. Don't worry.
You're right, Andy.
I'll say, we'll
Yeah.
cut that in there. I'll just
You're
go
doing
back
well,
in.
man. You're doing
Okay.
well.
Andy, if you need to cry, fucking cry. Get it
Yeah,
out.
don't worry about it, man. Get it out.
The audience will see and touch on it.
Do you know what I mean? It's not wrong. It's
If
not
you've
wrong.
got-
Everything
if you have
you're
a
doing
message-
right now is fucking right. And think of why you're doing it, man. Think of that fucking kid. Think of what that fucking geezer done to that kid. What you had to wake up and fucking see. It's not normal, Andy. It's not normal, mate. You know what I'm saying? And it's traumatic for you. Because you're seeing shit that you don't want to have to fucking see. You know what I'm saying?
That door be shut, that
He's on
bathroom
it.
door.
He's on it. We got that, right?
Right, go on, because we're rolling,
Can't
Bill.
shut it.
We're rolling,
Can't
Bill.
shut the bathroom door.
The toilet's fucking going through, man. Can't get
Okay.
sand in the back.
Is there any light? Is there light going on in no from there?
No,
No?
no.
Oh, fucking see.
Okay, so,
Right, we're rolling.
okay. I'm on this one, ain't I? Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm on it,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so we just took a break there. And was getting a little bit upset. I got a little bit upset myself, and everyone else in here got a little upset. And there's a few of us in here, you know what I mean? But what Andrew, during the break, he said to me that he gave Andrew, the kid who died, Andrew, he gave you a message. What was that message?
He said, I love you, Mum, I love you. I'm sorry.
He was talking about.
He was saying sorry to his mum.
He was saying sorry to his mum.
Yeah, but, like,
All right, okay.
I love
This-
you, I love you, I'm sorry, Mum, I love you, forgive me, I wanted to come home, I'm sorry,
All right, Andy.
I
All
love
right.
you.
All right, that's it on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. No more. Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Now, I would just like to say, this is one story. This is one story in a very, very long journey. This man was involved in this for 21 years. and he was schooled terribly. This man was made to shoot part of a snuff movie that Sidney Cook was in with a gun to your head. Is that it?
Yeah. There's one more point to make, Bill. If people think Andrew's just come forward now and talking, I can assure you, back in 1990, when Andrew came to NAPIC, Andrew and other victims, we tried to talk to Operation Orchid, which was the police operation that was supposed to be looking at that.
And I went
They
with
made
them.
two
At Sidney Cook.
We
at
went to
Sidney Cook.
police.
2 appointments, never kept them. Finally, I rang up the officer in charge. We're talking about what you've just heard.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry about the language, but his basic message to me was, fuck off, I don't want to know. That was the officer.
And the Sunday
He swore
people,
before me.
I'm sorry.
Sunday
I
people-
apologise, but that was his exact words.
Jill,
Yeah.
Jill Priest had got me going in there with the part from, with
Yeah.
her son. Her son and went in, and we went in, and they told us.
Yeah.
They said
They can't do
told-
anything.
we're not going to do anything. Fuck off. We don't want to know.
Okay.
This
What?
is, and
but-
so he's
and they
not
were
coming
called them
forward.
to-
yeah. Let's stay
He
with the
was-
let's stay with the kid.
But also,
hang on.
Do you want me to tell you the name of the
Yeah, I
kid?
just want to stay with the kid for a minute, out of respect for the kid. I
Yeah.
just want to start. I haven't finished with this kid that died
Yeah.
next to him, so I want to be showing a bit of respect with the kid here. What happened? What happened to that kid? Graham took you away,
He had
and
to
the
get
kid
you,
stayed there.
The kid stayed there. Don't know.
The kid was dead on the bed, still chained.
They found his body a year
Settles-
later in a forest in West Sussex.
So they found the kid's body a year later in West Sussex.
In a forest.
Was anyone charged with the kid's murder?
No.
Was anyone accused of the kid's
No.
murder? So it's still not been.
Still an open case, yeah.
It's still an open case
Yeah.
then. So after that, because
That
we're going to
was-
be doing more interviews with
Yeah,
Andrew.
that was the little boy who disappeared off his bike in Barnes High Street on the day of the royal wedding.
in the day of the royal.
We're absolutely convinced it's the same boy.
Okay, so this is a little bit upsetting. We're going to leave Sidney Cook at this point, but I will say that after that, Sidney Cook had a strong hold over you, and he got you to many parties. He got you to shoot a snuff movie, etc. So that's a long story with Sidney Cook. Now, with this list of people, and I'm telling you, people, this man is one of the top witnesses for Operation Fernbridge. He was also going to be a witness at Jimmy Savile's, one of his drivers, one of his chauffeurs' trials, but the driver allegedly killed himself the day before the trial. Anyway, now the names that I'm being given are top politicians, bankers, top bankers, big family bankers, very old family bankers, the entertainment industry, lawyers, everyone right across the board is involved in this. And the BBC, I tell you what, the BBC, you are outrageous. You are outrageous.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Now, I'm going to go on to something else. When I was talking to Andrew, I give him names, and because he was abused by so many people as a child. You can imagine from the age of, say, about 12
That's when I
or
watched
younger.
Younger,
But he
probably
was
two.
going, I just need to rush this one on. He was going to parties all over the place, and you had sex with many politicians, you had sex with many people from the entertainment industry, yeah, predominant politicians, we're not naming them, and also you had sex with a member of the royal family, but we're not going to talk about that now. But what I do want to talk about that came out is David Icke. Now, Andrew, you told me that you had sex with David Icke.
Yeah.
Where did you have sex with David Icke?
We picked him up from we picked him.
You picked
I was
him
picked
up,
up from Amsterdam with film equipment.
right, on a boat.
On a boat, a big massive.
Whose boat was that, Chris?
Charles Napier of Azimuth Trust.
And the Azimuth Trust is, or
It
was?
It offered children in care boating holidays. It particularly specialised in very young disabled children.
Okay, now you was on a boat. You was picked up at Amsterdam.
Amsterdam with film crew and a couple of there was 3 of us were me, and I went with the film crew. I was carrying the stuff and.
Okay.
and stuff
This was
like that.
making pornographic movies,
Yeah.
child
The
pornography.
big something that set off in England, we couldn't. They want. You couldn't go.
So you
It's
went
it looked
to
innocent,
the Isle of
when they
Wight.
went from England to innocent. Then they picked the camera people up from. They picked the camera people up first. Went over to Amsterdam to get supplies and stuff and pick up.
And then you went to the Isle of
We
Wight
went
to pick
to
up David Icke.
Icke,
And he got on that boat.
and he was on that boat 100%.
And there were disabled children on that boat going on holiday with Napier and his trust.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's a big, massive, beautiful old wooden cruise boat with great big masts and.
Okay.
And then we went to the Channel Islands. We went around the island of Sark and just spent a couple of days around there.
Yeah, let's stick on David Icke. Okay? Where on that boat did you have sex with David Icke?
Down in one of the cabins, down in the it was big, like the cabin place where everybody goes and stuff, like it's tables in a table in it and
Yeah.
they eat in it, and it's a cabin and eating you can eat in it, and it's a cabin, it's like a table with chairs around and.
It's an old-fashioned sailing ship, you know.
Okay, an old-fashioned sailing ship. Now, so how many occasions did you have, did David Icke penetrate you with his penis?
It was there all 3 days, and yeah, I got buggered by him. Yeah,
How many times did David Icke bugger you on that trip?
he only did me once, but he did younger lads. a few
Younger
times,
lads?
a lot younger
Any
lads.
disabled kids?
There was only disabled kids there.
So he was having sex, he had sex with you,
I was probably the oldest kid.
and
there.
how old was you then?
I was under 16.
Right,
Yeah, we're under
It
16.
would have been about 14.
about 14. So David Icke's had sex, he buggered you there, right? And then bearing in mind, you were really the equivalent to a rent boy. Because
I
they gave
never
you
see
money.
myself as a rent boy.
No.
I think I wasn't given money to be there. I was given money to help with the filming
Right.
because I was living in a bit of Amsterdam on and off through big trafficking and stuff like that.
You know, when we was talking about these children that were on the boat, the disabled children, you said to me that most of them were Down syndrome.
Some of about half of them were Down syndrome. I'd
Half
say.
of them were
Half.
Down syndrome.
Half.
Did David Icke have sex with the disabled children?
The Down syndrome child he did, yeah.
Was it a boy or a girl?
Boy.
It was a
The one
boy.
with his boys, he didn't touch the girls.
Okay? Okay? David Icke. Okay? We're going to round it up there. We've got a lot more interviewing to do with Andrew. It's you know, you can see what sort of condition the life that he had as a child has left him in. And why are you coming? I know you're one of the top witnesses of Fernbridge. You've also been threatened by Fernbridge about putting this into the public domain. They told you not to, and then they said that you can. They also told you not to speak to me or Chris Fay,
And he says I can.
and then they said you can. So you can, you can't, you can't, you can.
Then they stopped me from talking to other media and stuff by taking us away and stuff and putting us in hotels.
And also what's coming as well, people, this man was taken to the Isle of Wight, went to Parkhurst last year, paid for by
Fernbridge.
Operation Fernbridge, where they got him to have a meeting with Sidney Cook in Parkhurst. And you had a 3.5 meeting with Sidney Cook in Parkhurst, Andrew, last year. So that's to come.
I went there last year, yeah, on holiday, August time, yeah.
Yeah.
On holiday.
Okay, then that is one to come. Say to that camera, we're coming to get you. Look in that camera and tell them.
We're coming to get you.
Yeah, we are coming to get you. And David Icke, I'll tell you what, I haven't sworn yet, have I?
No.
Well, I'm not going to
I'm
then.
surprised, Bill.
Well, I'm not going to then. I'll just leave it on that.
It's been a long time coming.
David Icke, coming to get you. Okay, Brian? We'll do.
Lovely.
Andrew, I wanted to talk to you about your time with Fernbridge. I understand it's been over a course of many months that you've spoken to.
Yeah, that was correct. First, they came and I was ready. first, the police know when they do the investigation, looks, when they're finding me, they must know my date of birth, my birthday and everything. So why do they come bang, when I'm going out on my birthday, why do they come on my birthday? Bang on my birthday, they come on my door and everything and say, we've come on to, we need to talk to you about crimes of the past.
So that would have been May
Yeah, 15th.
May 15th, 2013, yeah.
So they actually approached you first? You
Yeah, on my
approached them?
birthday, they just came to my door. They said, you take quite hard to find, I said, yeah, I prefer it that way, because I don't want people on past, well, I didn't want people up past, but they're all old now and stuff, so I got scared, I did get scared, but I'm not scared anymore of you.
No. And it was two police officers, was it? Were they from?
It was, yeah, from
London. They'd come up from
Did he
London.
settle himself?
No, still didn't
Or
come
was it
first.
Townley?
No, well, Scottish, and
Townley.
Townley and Nathan.
Nathan Jones.
Jones, okay. And they approached you first. They said, can we have a word with crimes of the past? To begin with, it was informal discussions at his
It
house?
wasn't full discussions. Yeah, it was here,
Yeah.
but they says, because I'm a carer for Paul, I'm firstly a carer for him, and you know, like, that's what I do, I care for him, and I'm a registered carer and everything for him. And, so they didn't know what he knew about my past or like that, and so naturally
They took you to the
no, they asked if it were okay with her. We went upstairs in another room. I said, no, it's okay. You got anything to say? He said it to me. I thought, have I done something wrong? And what have I? And I was questioning myself.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't done anything wrong. I'm thinking to myself, but the thing had come on my birthday. They could have come any other time, but your birthday.
Yeah. So it seems a bit of an unusual day to actually spring that.
On your birthday, and it buggered my birthday up. Sorry, I don't want to swear. It buggered my birthday up a bit.
And so they were.
And then after that, because I didn't know fully what they wanted, they did tell me a little bit. We didn't go into interviews there and then. They had to rearrange so they could use the interview room in Bridlington, because they've got a special interview room where children go, you know, like victims go and stuff, and children and other stuff. It's like a safe house type thing.
And was that where most of the interviews took place?
That's where they all took down in Bridlington.
In Bridlington. And that was is that a separate building to the police station?
Yeah, it's not in the police station, it's an house.
It's a safe
It's an old police officer's house. It's been made into an
But you
interview.
were later taken to London, weren't you? When they took you on that
Could have been,
Earl's Court, the officers at Earl's Court, yeah?
maybe, I don't know.
Oh, right.
But
Yeah.
Have you been told not to say anything about that?
Maybe.
Who told you? Who told you? Tell me. Andy, who told you? Who told you not to
If
say
I'm
anything
not-
about it? Because we don't want Chris to come across as sloshy either.
No,
So,
no.
and I know that you can put a story across, so if you've got something to say, Andy, let's have it now. Alright, all of it. Yeah, please?
I was told how to do interviews and stuff, and I've got to do it a certain way. Because it can interfere, because now I know the house is bugged, I'm thinking to myself, I better do it there.
well, I mean, all it is just if you were brought to London, which I think you probably were. You were brought to London.
That's a straightforward factual
Yeah.
thing.
We don't have to, we don't have to go into it any more than that. I mean,
Or we just want you to tell the truth. Now, when we make this, if there's something that you're not happy about, then that's a different matter. But when you talk to us, we'll ask questions. You just tell us the truth. Like, what was your question that you had trouble asking?
the question was whether or not it was taken down to London to
I've been to London,
Yeah.
but that's, I can't.
But was you taken to London? You was, weren't you, by the police?
Possibly, yeah.
Right, so we'll take that as a yes. Okay. You see the fear on the man?
Yeah,
It's
and that's the amount of hours that you've obviously spent with the police, quite a lot. And was it a pretty regular thing? Would they take you down? Would they take you down to
No.
Bridlington every week, or was it
Bridlington, it was done monthly over.
every month?
Yeah, I've done over 70 hours of interviews with them
Yeah.
on different things,
Nice.
and I've still got interviews to do.
They were doing it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, weren't they?
What?
They were doing it 3 days.
They do it 3 days in block.
In a block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, they come 1 week, do it 3 days, and then they might come another week, or they might come another week, or they might come a month. Sometimes first it was every week.
Yeah.
No, first it was every week. First month, then second month it was half of a week,
Yeah.
and then it went to like once a then it went like monthly.
a bit less.
Yeah, and they said they got more interviews to get them but they haven't yet been for any more interviews.
Mhm.
How many hours have you done so far, Andy?
70. It was over 65, but now it's 70.
Yeah. And when was the first time that you noticed that there were other officers there that you'd not seen in past interviews? In terms, and I'm talking about the members of the security services, MI5 and special.
Things started on and getting a bit tight on the collar, if you like,
Yeah.
because I want to do the right thing. I want to see the truth come out. I want to see these people brought to just, people done to me, but not just to me, to other people and stuff. And it's really, really, really hard because you don't know. It starts with when you come out of the care system, you don't trust authority.
Mhm.
You've been taught that from square one. So I'm trying to trust the authority, but the authority aren't playing ball. They're just using me as a pawn, like just a thing to try to, and that's not my doing. That's not. It's just I'm a victim when I'm giving them evidence, and they're just turning it around and just.
Why do you think they're doing that, Andy?
Sometimes I think they might be trying to set me up. Sometimes I think, but it's the only thoughts in my mind.
Why are they trying to set you up? In what manner are they trying to set you up?
I don't know.
Can I put something to you? Are they, like when you were going through all this from such an early age, from when you go back to Sydney Cook, etc., etc.,
Yeah,
you must have had a lot of threats against you.
from all the time.
All the time.
You're told not to tell people. You're told not to
say anything.
say things. It's just put into you, and your family. When you haven't got a family, and somebody becomes your family, and
And that's what happened. Is that you know what Stockholm Syndrome is?
no.
Stockholm Syndrome is when the victim believes that the perpetrators have become best mate or family, like you just said.
That's why it's hard. It's hard.
Andy, you've got to remember that we're here because we believe you. We're not here because we don't believe you.
It's not the fact that you believe me. It's how many people have come since I was one of the first people to. I can understand people not first believing me because I was one of the first people to come.
Yeah. Well, this is your chance.
But there's been loads and loads of people come forward saying the same stuff. Why do you think the police are so keen on me? They'd arrest me if I was lying by now.
Yeah.
They'd have arrested me by now if I was. Surely they would have.
But I think the point is that really I think what James is saying is we understand that. We understand Settle and his team.
It's not settled, it's the people, it's people above him.
Hang on, yeah, I was just about to say that. Settle's playing a straight back. But as you know, for want of a better word, dark forces exist around him. And if you remember, we had that conversation where, for your own sake, I said to you, you needed to get from Settle who these people were.
Still couldn't tell you stuff like that. If he knows your lines have been recorded,
Yeah.
if he knows your lines have been
But
recorded,
he did confirm they were.
He's recording there, it's not affecting it.
Firmbridge, didn't he?
yeah, they come. Well, they want Firmbridge, they are Firmbridge.
Yeah.
It's not Firmbridge who does bugging.
Exactly, and he also.
It was a special forces on special branch, but he didn't say they were. But they did tell, when we was in the hotel, Nathan let slipped out that there was special branch.
Yeah, but he wouldn't tell you the unit, but he did say He did say they were Dutch special branch. He
Oh
said
no,
it was
that, that was early. That's to do with Amsterdam.
to do with
That's a
Amsterdam.
totally
But they're
different
parts
thing.
of the, yeah, what I'm saying, they're still not Fernbridge. They're still security. And they were there with...
That's a different
with
thing
our
altogether.
Yeah,
I won't
yeah.
talk much about
Yeah, I
that.
know, I appreciate that, but we just
We just need to get it recorded. You know,
we just want the spooks bit, the fact that the spooks are involved.
And they were on a couple.
They're involved all around.
And they've been,
But the thing is, they've got the nice. They do the nice guy, the nasty guy.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, and when they get nasty, they don't just like they'd like. If that were your keys, they just go. You're not doing it our way, and they go like that, and they just come like within a second to your door, and you don't know where they come from, and they can come at any time. You know, like
and then
they came at 4 o'clock in the morning.
But they also made you sign documents, didn't they?
I've signed documents. Yeah, I have signed documents.
and what was that? Is that the Official Secrets Act?
One of them would have been the Secret Official Act. Yeah.
Did you recognise it as the Official Secrets
The
Act?
problem is, some of the forms that I've signed, because I'm dyslexic, and I know I am dyslexic now, but I'm still getting over things, because then I've got some good people now, like, thanks to Chris and thanks to Bill, some people like are helping me and starting to, things like, I got a bit of donation and to buy me a pair of headphones, so
you could blog.
So I could blog.
Right, let me just stop this for a minute, right, and let me just put something to you, right. I'm going to ask you a question on behalf of James, right. Now listen, you went to see Sidney Cook last year, yes or no? You're not telling me, I'm asking you, and they said if I ask, you're allowed to answer a question.
Possibly.
No, the police told you, when they told you how to deal with an interview, they schooled you in how to do an interview, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, now we've come a long way here, Andy, and we are right by you and we've got your back. Now I know that you went to the Isle of Wight a year ago to see Sidney Cook in Parkhurst.
No. Oh,
What was the reason for the trip
Did you-
to the Isle of Wight?
just an holiday.
Andy, come on, bruv, because we might as well fuck off now if this is going to go like this, seriously.
So what did you say again?
Last year, you visited Sidney Cook in Parkhurst on the Isle of Wight for 3.5 hours. Yes or no? I'm not going to ask you about the conversation. Did you or did you not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, was that Fernbridge that told you to go and visit him?
I don't know who told me to visit him, but it was.
Why did you go and visit
Who
him?
took you down to the island?
Hang on, Chris. Who told you, right? You don't just get in to see Sidney Cook. You don't. If I wanted to go and see Sidney Cook, no chance. Anyone in here, no chance. You just said yes. That you went to see Sidney
I can't
Cook.
talk about it because if you talk about that, then it's gonna. The guy will get walking free. He's due out next. You have an end of this year or next year.
He won't walk free. All right. He will not walk free. All I want to know is, did Fernbridge send you to see Sidney Cook?
Not Fernbridge. It came from higher.
Okay. Who?
From the
Special branch?
Probably.
No,
Possibly.
what?
I don't know because they haven't told me.
They wouldn't identify
They
you.
haven't told me. I can't answer that question. It's
But,
not that I'm not.
but you can answer that you went to see Sidney Cook
I've just-
last year.
Well, I've answered it, haven't I? So.
Do it one more time for me because I love you.
Yeah.
Did you go and see Sidney
Yeah.
Cook last year? Yeah. And you was assisted in that by higher powers.
Yeah. But
How
Well,
long was it for? How long did you speak to him for? 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
no, longer than that.
3.5 hours?
3.5 hours because they wanted to find out some stuff.
What did they want us to find out?
He's
He's going to talk to him anyway before he puts anything up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
now any. If I go at any, I was told if I go at anything, it wasn't the police who did it. It was
Special branch?
so it'll be denied.
So it was
So
special
now
branch.
it'll be denied.
So was it special branch?
I don't know.
But MI5.
I don't know.
But it was one of them.
They're working with Dutch.
They were working with the Dutch. So it was secret services.
Possibly, but there's
It wasn't the police.
There's a case going on in Holland in the moment, and it's part of that. It was the people who came for that as part of, there's investigation going on in Holland at the moment, and it was part of that. That's all I can really say.
It's the Dutch special branch.
That was the Dutch side, yeah. That's all I can
And
say.
and the reason why you
That's how they
went to go and see Sidney Cook is because
Because Sidney Cook, you come in then. It's on my blog. I put on my blog, but that's Fairground Sid and Sidney Cook's part of sort of all the same thing.
He's part of all of it, isn't
He was making snuff movies in Amsterdam. That's what the
Yeah.
Dutch police.
he? Did you see Sidney Cook at a party with Jimmy Savile?
Yeah, I did.
Was Prince Andrew there?
No comment.
That'll do. Fucking love it.
I'm not being,
Give me that one, London.
Phil, I'm not being bad. Can James do his thing before you?
but it's all
I know what I'm doing.
I know.
All right, bro, and I think everyone's.
understand
I think. Listen, I'm talking to Andrew on this one, Chris. Okay, and I think
saying
everyone here, we've got the. You just help. You just help when we need you, bruv. All right.
Do a quick stop.
Andrew, can I just emphasise again? All we want to do is to get the truth. You have the truth. Now, we're not going to go and break the Official Secrets Act, trust me. There is no terrorism involved here, or any of that. These are about dirty fuckers that were killing children, torturing children, in the most horrific manner, on a regular basis, Andy. Now, I've spoke to you for quite a while, and I came up here because you said to me, I just want to get it out and tell the truth. So you spit it out, bruv, and clean yourself. Go ahead.
just before we do, because this is on low again, so what I'm going to have to do is, can I try it with that?
Yeah, mate. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do what you got to do, mate.
Because
If we do,
Let him do that.
can it come? Can it
Talk
come
to Andy.
sort of back, or will it have to be right in front of you? Mate, might as well
Yeah.
pop- Actually, no. Leave it. We'll go again in a minute when he's sat down and he's ready.
Alright?
But
Now, yeah, but listen to me. This man, he's not going to get you into trouble. I'm not going to get you into trouble.
there's things
Because, hang on. Because some of this that we're getting on this visit may come out later on, when it's all over. So at least we've got it. I'll give you the Lucian one. Alright, bro?
Andy,
Do what you got to do.
Andy,
Leave him alone.
this is coming
No,
from
leave
his
him
blood.
alone. Leave him alone.
we're normal people.
Mick, leave him alone. Alright? You talk to this man, all you got to do, bruv, is tell the truth. Look at me, look in my eyes. You trust me, alright? You trust me?
I trust you one of us. Okay.
Do what you got to do. I'll do what I've got to do, you do what you got to do.
You see,
Oh, they'll bang us up in the same fucking cell, alright? We'll get on well together. Don't worry about it.
Is that right? Stop it.
I'll get it out there for you, and we will protect you as much as we can. There's no one going to fucking bang you up. Trust me. Why? How are they going to bang you up? If they bang you up, Andy, what are they going to say? Why are they going to bang you up? What are they going to say? They're going to have us outside the fucking court. Everyone.
why do they believe the rapists all the time and the bad people and then never the good people?
Because they do to the good people what they've done to you. And if they're listening now, and I know they are, fuck you. That's what I'll say to
It
them.
made me feel like I want to commit suicide, but I can't do that because...
Well, you ain't going to commit suicide, are you?
I'm not suicidal.
Because you've got Paulie.
Paul,
And you've got a little team here around you, and we've got our
Well,
networks.
that's how they would make me feel at the time, like...
Of course they would, because they're fucking up and they're covering it up, Andy. Now this man, we've all come a long way, but that's not why you've got to do the thing here. It's because you're 45 years of age. Remember when we spoke, and I said to you, I deal with children, dead and alive. When I'm on my fucking deathbed, I will go peacefully because of what I've done.
But you're talking about... You're talking about... There's somewhere, there's somebody's mother and everything that doesn't know what's happened to her son. And
I know. Well, let's tell them. What about Myra Hindley? Where's the kid that they never found? The kids they've never found?
Well, I think they found this kid.
Yeah. Right. So let's go again. James?
Yeah.
James is trying to get something in the Sunday for you. But he's just looking for a background. Give him a couple of little juicy snips, done. Then we will work with you. Because I will stay up here a fucking week with you if I have to.
Yeah, look, you know they were spooks. I know they were spooks that were there. They were not Fernbridge, were they? They were bloody, you know, don't be frightened of them.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they rely on, frightening people.
And for an extension lead then, well.
We'll just get,
Extensively.
Yeah, just to get
Well, that's what I fucking say if you want it on call.
That's what they cover up.
could do with a glass of water.
So someone get into a glass of water.
Who wants it?
Me, just me, please.
Right, stop recording me.
In the interviews you've had with Fernbridge, just to confirm, there has been people from the security services sitting in on them from
There's
special
been
branch.
there was some of the a couple of interviews have had a live link to London.
Right.
So I don't know who's been
From Bridlington.
from Bridlington, so I don't know who's been at the end of that live link. I couldn't tell you because they won't tell me. I didn't know. I just thought it was me give my side of the story to the police,
Right.
but it started getting silly. It's like when I started really contacting Chris, because the police only gave me. I tell you, all the police gave me is what was on that form, you know, police form there. That's all they gave me. They come on my birthday, and they only give me that. You know, there's 2 numbers.
So when you were having these interviews and they had the live link to London,
So yeah,
was that audio or was that visual as well? Were you
visual. There was 2 cameras. There was a camera doing the recording with the in-room courtroom equipment,
Yeah.
and a camera that went to a wire to a laptop.
Skype type thing. Yeah.
I don't know how they sent it, but it went to a laptop. I don't know.
Yeah, it's called Skype, and
Yeah.
So there was Skype, but I thought as well that there were.
No, they've sent it through a bit more of that. They've got a special cable. Police have special cables that they send them underground, because laptop went there and it was connected to the cable. And it wasn't a telephone, it was a different type of
it
cable.
wasn't wireless.
It wasn't wireless. No,
it wasn't just a
no.
power cable.
No, it wasn't a power cable. They plug it into a thing and it says, because they use it, you know, when they do interviews in court, they use it to do interview witnesses, live interviews, witnesses in court, and they've got a special cable, a special line, probably a telephone line, but they've got it, they plug into a special, it says live link.
Okay.
It just says live link, and then they plug into the live link.
Okay,
But there was also, was there not actual members of the security services sitting in on your interview?
Never in Bridlington.
But in London or other parts of the country?
Only when they came down here, to put stuff in the house and stuff like that, and because I knew they were doing that, because I didn't have a choice really.
Okay. Well, I thought there were 2 officers from the Fernbridge, but there were also 2 officers from special branches.
It could have been, I wouldn't know. I just assumed that there's different officers at different times.
Right.
There has been a time when there was 4 officers,
Yeah.
in interviews,
And
but
there
I
were 2
can't tell you. I'd assume they're from Fernbridge.
Uh-huh.
Um,
So when did you know that the security services were involved in this?
the moment when they were going to put, I didn't know until the moment they were going to put, when they turned up one morning, like at 8 in the morning, when journalists were coming from Atara, you know, and it was on down here, so they cancelled it. They were coming down to see me, and it was virtually got off the train in Hull when I'd phoned him up, and I said, you can't come, because they was taking us out of the house around that time, looking through the house and that, and they didn't want, if he'd come to the house, I was thinking, come to the house, because he'd have stumbled on and he'd seen them there, and he'd have stumbled himself on a nice little story, I think. But fortunately he turned back. You know. I wanted him to come, but I can't say it. You can't. They're there like you here, and I'm talking on phone, and they're telling me, writing on pieces of paper, telling me. And
Can you not say? Yeah.
Andrew, did you have sex with Leon Britton?
yeah, no,
Well done. No, stop fucking about. Did you have sex with Leon Britton?
yeah,
Did you have sex with Kenneth Clark?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah? Right. Who's the other one? Did you have sex with John Prescott?
He's been at parties, and I have, yeah.
Did you
I'm
have
not
sex
sure.
with John Prescott?
I'm not sure.
Right, but you did with Kenneth Clark,
Yeah,
and you did with Leon Britton.
yeah.
So the sensitivity of these names, being that they were all top level MPs and they were in the cabinet at the time,
I've been to a party and
and these were all in
a
London.
bit, there was somewhere around and there's a film of London, of a party at, well, I'm told there's a film, well, you know,
That's the film that Fernbridge keep referring to when they talk to you, yeah?
possibly, yeah.
Possibly.
Have they got that film?
I haven't seen the film they've got, but they've got films and they've got interviews, they've got tape interviews, they've got films. I haven't seen them, Bill, so I can't.
Oh, I know. But listen, let me ask one more another question. Did you ever film footage, or were you forced to film footage of a child being killed?
Only when they were on a kid myself.
Yeah.
Fair enough. No, but so you was under duress. What was the threat against you?
I was trapped in that thing. I was being abused myself,
Yeah.
and I was part of the abuse. What were happening there and then, and because the guy who was holding the camera wanted to have sex with the kid and wanted to keep the thing, then I got to get the camera to hold it for him.
Why had he done it?
Well, he did it.
Who was it? Sidney Cook.
Yeah, well, Sidney Cook was there. Yeah, Sidney Cook was there, but
But who passed you the camera so he could go and have sex?
that wasn't Cook. That Cook
Who's-
was already on bed.
who
He
was that?
keeping it with, I don't know his name. He has a moustache, little moustache. I
But
can't
Sidney
remember.
Cook was there.
I do know his name, but it's gone out.
Tom.
Possibly.
Right. Have you seen more than one child killed?
I've seen. Yeah.
How many children have you seen killed?
If you're good to remember that, I'm not.
No one's blaming you, but
No,
Yeah, but
this
it
isn't
makes-
you, it's the people that made
with
you.
to make you think that it's
If
they
they
make it so thin to make you
believe it.
Frightened.
yeah, the thing is
What did they threaten you with? Did they say you could go to prison over it?
listen,
Right, let me put it like this.
Bill.
Hang on.
Bill, you're not
let me put it like this.
Bill, you're not listening.
We're actually fucking getting it
You're
here.
not listening.
I'm fucking getting it here. Let me do my job.
not
You're not
really,
listening to what he
listen.
said to you.
Let me do my. Someone passed you the camera, and Sidney Cook was there. Yeah. Right. That's what you said. Right.
I don't
Now,
know.
let me just say,
I never saw
these
much.
numbers, you told me when to stop. Did you see, you told me when to stop, 1 child killed, 2 children killed, 3 children, 4?
The thing is, if I can just, I didn't see the killings because people like me go out the room. The killings were always done after the people, so there were no witnesses.
were these
But
films,
the bot, that time what you just said, the body carried, we now went back in the room, the child was dead. And there's other times when the child was dead. And there's times I would have for death and got scars.
Yeah. So what you would do, you would leave the room. Because you just. Look, one thing we understand, Andrew, right, is that you was under severe threat. We know you were threatened with guns, you was threatened with death yourself. We know about the story when Sidney Cook nearly killed you and you had to be resuscitated, right? So, now, when you are attacked like that as a child and you were sent in that boarding school at the age of 8, yeah?
Yeah, I was in a special school and boarding school.
Right, special school, then boarding school, and from all that time, then they schooled you. And now they're saying to you that you could be the criminal.
To make you feel special. You could end up easily being one of those, but I didn't. It's saying why you didn't. Not
So,
everybody
was
comes
it
out of
like-
care and
Andy?
abusers.
Andy, you know these people being killed in snuff movies and that? Was it like maybe a few a year that you were aware of kids being killed?
Snuff movie. There's 3 grades of snuff movies in the industry. There's like grade A, grade B, and grade A, grade B, and then grade C.
Yeah.
And then grade C is when somebody pays, some rich, really rich person pays an awful lot of money for a kid's life.
What sort of money are you talking about? How much?
And you'll never see them films because I won't know fully how much, but you're in here like anything 20, 30,000 sometimes.
Yeah, a lot
That's
of
what we
money.
heard back in the 80s, that's the sort of money they were paying.
Where the bottom end, they might be on in the 500 to £1,000,
Yeah.
and then in the middle end it'd be like 3,000 to 5,000.
But so let me just jump back. So you have been at parties where Sidney Cook
Yeah, but the
was
different-
with Jimmy Savile and Prince Andrew was there. Was Jimmy Savile there?
Savile were there, yeah.
Right. What about Prince Andrew?
You're making me
Go on, you go.
Hang on.
might have been.
Well, Andy, you're doing well, bruv. Trust me, you're doing well.
Stop.
Listen, Andy,
What's that?
when you
You go through a turnstile, then and it goes to one turn from it. Go through turnstile like this way. Garages are over there with all cars in, you know, Queen's cars.
That's the Royal
garages.
Mews, mate.
And then
the Royal Mews,
there's like annexes there where staff live in. You know, like little bedrooms and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
there's a great big massive room where they all mix.
the servants' quarters.
Yeah, and that's where the party was.
Right. Who was there? Cameras off. Who was there?
Don't fully know every name.
Give me some. Come on, light me up.
Jimmy Savile, was he there? He was always there.
He was there, yeah. Several were there.
Leon Britton.
Liam Britton was there. Maxwell were there.
Robert Maxwell.
Yeah, from him who jumped off boat. Did that Maxwell get
Yeah, Robert Maxwell. He was there.
Mm.
And how many kids were there?
Not that many kids. It were like they were only in about. There were about 4 girls and there were about 5 or 6 lads.
How old, Andrew?
About 12.
Did Sidney Cook supply
12,
those?
13. But no, they were supplied from Amsterdam. They were supplied from. There was the cake that we were booked for. We were ordered off the order list because there's an order list, and
So there was a list of you all with your photos, and they could just pick what kids they wanted.
oh, it was standard practice.
So it was like, what was it, like a magazine or?
Bill, GB10.
Yeah, what's that?
GB10, that's the, if you like, the catalogue that's custom seized off Tripper. It was called GB10. It was a list of all boys under the age of 14 that were available for sale.
So there was a catalogue.
Catalogue.
Yeah, for people pay for highest bids for your pay and work.
So like, if I want to buy, say I want to buy a new drill, I look at the catalogue and there's all different drills.
yeah, it's like
Yeah, and there's all different drills. So I choose whatever drill I want, and they had that catalogue with kids. Who printed that?
I can't tell you bang who printed it. I don't know.
Chris, can you help on this one? Who printed that catalogue?
That catalogue was, I don't know if you know Operation Orchid.
Yeah.
Operation Orchid was not set up to catch Sidney Cook. It was set up in response to what was called the babysitting ring. This was a group of people
And sex with
around
babies.
London, including Leslie
proper
Baby.
babies.
Hang on.
Yeah,
Proper sex with babies.
Proper
Yeah.
babies. That's
How old
you
are
pay a
babies?
lot of money for that.
How old are
people.
babies? Months old? Year old?
Usually about a year up.
About a year old. Right, now,
and that, sorry Bill, this babysitting ring produced Russell Tricker of Toffs Travel, who used to traffic the kids to Amsterdam, had a video catalogue of all the children who were with that babysitting ring being looked after that were available for sale. That's the catalogue.
that's crazy.
It's true. And it's
James, you off?
No. Talk outside. So
Oh, is it?
Do you know what? I've got to go outside for a minute, man. I can't be fucking. This is a lot to hear, mate. I've just got to go and get a bit of air from there.
It's true.
There's me and you, bruv, you know that, didn't
You got
you?
any fags?
I don't smoke.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I want to have a fag.
Let's have a fag, mate.
Got all the game.
Yeah,
Can I
Is that
just,
alright, Andy?
let me make sure the cameras are powered off. I'm not.
when you talk about that, it's
Yeah, I
worth
don't want to waste my
talking
fucking
about
battery.
that.
And these, Mick, just
When he
literally
was forced to
trying
do
to
this.
move it.
Yeah, hang on, Andy. All we want is something for the fucking Express today. I'll do my interview with you. Just give him something.
Andrew, he needs you to confirm what I've told him.
Bill,
that the
just power
security
that. Don't
service-
move that.
Leave it on.
If you do that, that's all he wants.
Fucking leave that in. Leave that as well.
But if the place is bugged, then I've got to.
I get it in the neck, not you, because
Don't
I
move.
said it,
Hang on,
not
hang on.
you.
Okay.
You confirmed what I said.
We will all need to get for that. With it.
Remember?
Yeah.
He said that was all right.
Let's go and have a fag, Brian.
All
He
right,
said
I'm
that
coming,
was,
mate.
it was all right. You
Chris,
can
can we
confirm
leave you
it.
two
If I
while
said
we have
it.
a cigarette? Leave you
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he-
from where you are is good.
He confirmed. He said it was all right for you to confirm it if somebody else said it.
Yeah, but I've got to say no first time.
Well, you said no.
Do you want to sit down?
No, I'm all right. I'll stand up.
He's all right.
Yes, I've got to say no first time.
Well, you said no. Now I've mentioned the name. I brought up the security service. I'm the one that's told James that. All you need to do is confirm it.
You know, they just blame me for fucking up.
They can't.
If they've been,
Well, that one's all right. It's going. If you sit there, and if you do talk to him, make sure you see him. So I've got the shot lined up. It's in the same place, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
all right,
okay.
yeah,
That's
I'm just
fine,
gonna have a
mate.
quick fag, mate,
Yeah.
a bit of air.
So that's what I'm saying to you. You're doing what you've been told to do. You're not offering the
well, I've just
information.
fucked the operation up, haven't I?
No. What operation?
Well, there must be something going on if they've got all this trouble of bugging me.
That's MI5. That's nothing to do with the police. You know, Fernbridge, the only operation they've got established looking at this is Fernbridge. Fernbridge's brief was the own guest house. Sydney Cook is done and dusted because that's what they set up Operation Orchid for. And that was over 20 years ago, so what operation? You're not fucking anything up, mate. Honestly, you're not. You're doing as you've been told to do. I'm mentioning the names. They said it was all right, you could confirm it. That's all you have to do.
I don't want to upset anybody.
You're not upsetting anybody.
just
No,
want
you're
to-
not, mate. But it's all right. I'll take the flak. That's why I kept butting in. I've told him the security service. All you've done is confirm it, and that's what they said you could do. Yeah.
I don't know if I've already done that though, have I?
All you need to tell him is yes, the security services were present at a couple of interviews you
Well,
did.
there was present security services. They were there when some parties they were.
Right,
Who
but
wanted it in?
then all James needs to hear is you to confirm what I've told him, that the security services were present at a couple of interviews at least that Fernbridge did with you. Yes or no?
Yeah, but
Yes.
I didn't know they never
No.
put themselves as a
No, of course not. Well,
if
they
there's
never do.
4 of them and it's normally 2 of them, yeah.
Yeah, they never do. But Settle and
They're dressed differently.
what Settle
Slightly
told you
differently.
when he said he couldn't confirm that, didn't he? But he did confirm they were not his officers,
Yeah.
right?
So this was in London when
No, it's interviews down there. And,
so
yeah, but I've been to London, yeah, but
So the office, there were, let's confirm, there were special branch / MI5 officers sitting in on interviews.
I've been quite a lot of interviews, yeah.
Quite a lot of
At
interviews.
different times, but
And you didn't know who they were to begin with, it was only asked Paul Settle with the...
no, because Palm Settle didn't actually.
He didn't know who they were.
No, he knows who they are, but he wouldn't tell me. He just said he's they just want some of our lads,
Some of
some of our lads from upstairs.
Okay.
That's how it. But I never put 2 and 2 together.
But he did tell you that the other 2 that you were concerned about were Dutch special branch.
Well, they're
intelligence.
special branch from, yeah, I did TikToks with special branch from Dutch, from
And
Amsterdam.
that angle was because there was people, young kids like yourself, trafficked out from London to Amsterdam.
But there's, you've got to understand it's not a one-way thing.
No,
We had Dutch kids and other stuff come over here and they was investigating on this being
So
such a
it was
Dutch
going
kid.
both ways.
So it was a 2-way thing. And they wanted to find out if I could get them to speak.
And also
because
kids from Eastern Europe too,
Yeah.
being trafficked via Berlin.
They
Yeah.
just wanted me to speak to see if I could tried to get out of him because he wouldn't speak to him. He wouldn't speak to him, but he says, when he says my name, he wanted to speak to me, but actually it wasn't like you think. All it was like this, and there was nobody in that room apart from a screw guard, and he was in and out of that room.
So this was Roger Cook, yeah? I had Roger Cook, I had Sydney Cook.
Yeah.
Okay, and this was
And there was Snopes there, because the Nathan and the other guy weren't even around. They went off for a couple of hours to do other stuff. Well, took place, so...
and the reason why they were there, and the reason why they were involved, MI5 Special Branch, Dutch Special Branch, was because of the sensitivity of the names that you were telling the police. Who were
Names, they've gone more daft. They've gone dafter since they got... I was fine when they got the documents from NAPEC.
Yeah.
I was fine up to then. But everything was recorded when I was working with Jill Priestley in the papers, because Maxwell had everything recorded to protect himself. The police have got copies of all those recordings now from the paper.
From Eve Pollard. Yeah, Priestley is Spanish, so it has
It's gone from Will Pollard,
Yeah, Eve.
they must have got them from Will Pollard. But they said they've got the tapes and stuff now, a load of stuff now, and stuff. And as soon as they got those tapes, because I was making phone calls to selected MPs, I was making of the day, I was making phone calls to, and I had all the numbers, I had the diaries, I had everything. And when I came to NAPEC, I had a box like that, I'm not joking, a little box about that high, only like that. And it had everything, because Chris came down, because they sent a lad down, then Chris came down, so the lad says, I don't know what to bring. He says to Chris, I don't know what to get. Chris, and as soon as he explained the things to Chris, says, I'm on my way down. Chris got in his car and he came down that evening and everything. And Chris went and talked to.
Right.
Chris went to talk.
What we'll do, Andy, is what we want to do is, because we want to try and sort of just slow things down a little bit and take things clearly and concisely. And if you want, you don't have to. You can just say yes or no, just so I know. Okay. Now, Operation Fernbridge approached you on your birthday last May.
Yeah.
That's
when I first came to
That's when it first came to you. You didn't go to them; they came to you.
I never went to them.
They followed a series of interviews with Fernbridge that happened over a series of months, usually in Bridlington. In a police house, which the police used.
There's only a couple of times I've been out of Bridlington, really.
Okay. Those few times that you've been out of Bridlington were in London.
Yeah, and London, yeah.
London and the Isle of Wight.
And the Isle of Wight. And then when you were in London and the Isle of Wight, there were two officers there that you didn't recognise, and you asked who they were later on, and what you were told were that they were from upstairs.
Just upstairs, just
yeah.
Well, I don't know what they mean, but
Upstairs.
just from upstairs.
And you were later told that there were spooks, there were spies, or there were intelligence.
I overheard things because he was talking in the other room and that, and I says, no, they're from upstairs, but upstairs is Secret Services.
All right.
And he said when we're having a dinner,
Right.
you know, like when they stop the interviews and you go for your lunch and stuff, and they sort of. It just one of those times when you're talking and they told me, but they didn't openly tell me on phones or didn't openly tell me, so...
No. Okay. And the reason why the security services were involved is because of the sensitivity of the names that you were telling the police.
I think it's, they don't want... I've got a list of things I can't go near, which is in my head. And I don't want to go there, and I've really showed them I wouldn't want to go there. They couldn't be touched anywhere because they're too high. You can't touch some high people in this country. Even you tried to do a report on it and tried to do that, I tell you it'll be stopped before it even gets published by people above you. Because they'll be told, your solicitors and lawyers will tell that can't publish, that can't publish.
But one of the people that you were told, one of the people you told to the police was Leon Britton, that's the name of the case.
Yeah.
He'd been abusing at parties in London. And there were other senior MPs as well.
There's an MP called, there's a Civil Phil Smith,
Yeah.
Raymond runs a few pubs for him, but who I lived with and everything, and we've done a few pubs for him, like.
Yes, getting back, I want to get back to Leon Britton, because I know from what the information Settle came to me for, there's one surefire way of identifying Leon Britton above anything else. Do you want to tell James what that is?
His birthmark
His birthmark. And where was his birthmark?
on his, I don't want to stand up because I'm out of
No,
shot.
no, just
Sort of on the thigh, just
on the thigh.
Right, now I'm just asking you if you will tell James the story about you, the young girl that you told me at Max Clifford's apartment near Broadcasting House. Could you just tell that story, Andy?
I could tell the story, but
Well, it's only Max Clifford. We won't put
he's just
nothing.
being cleared, haven't he?
Ah?
He's just being
No,
cleared.
I don't
yes,
think-
he hasn't got it.
No. I mean, if you tell, I mean,
He's got 7 victims.
don't forget,
hasn't he?
I've got to put this through lawyers and stuff. So if you tell me, it'll just be for now background information purposes, because I won't be able to print it.
It was more girls though with.
You're right.
Yeah, Max Clifford. But remember the story you told me when you went to his apartment and he gave you a cigarette and a drink?
They gave a cigarette, a drink, and there was, you could have some drugs if you wanted there. And
Was that just you, Clifford, and the girl?
me there, Clifford and the girl, but I went with somebody. I went as a gift. I was not a gift. I went there as a
Stud.
stud. If you call it. I
Who's the stud? You, the man.
Yeah.
But you had to have sex with
It
her
was
in front of him.
we had a threesome.
Yeah.
You had a threesome with Max Clifford.
And his name was mentioned to police in his interviews. By you.
Possibly. I can't remember all the names that I've mentioned.
But there was a number of,
70 hours, yeah.
and this was the reason why they had the security services sitting on at least 2 of your interviews. That you think?
But if you
More.
put it like that.
More.
No, if you put it like that, probably so, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think, because I didn't know at the time, but now when you tell how you're putting it,
Yeah.
it makes a bit of sense.
That they were sitting in. Did the Dutch police officers ask you anything?
Very little, they just wanted to find out. They really wanted to find out, because they wanted to find out if any of their kids was involved in. They're more interested in that. That's why on my blog I put about the Dutch police a bit. You know, they're not bothered. They're not bothered about us. They didn't come from me.
Did they mention the Rolodex study by any chance, the Dutch police?
Yeah, it's part of that, I think.
Part of the Rolodex
Yeah, it's a
study?
part of that study. But I told you they was doing it, and there was one there at first place.
Yeah.
I can't find one. Nobody knows about it. I've had some people sniff about.
Right.
That's what you said, but it was there. It was there.
What were the members of the special branch asking you? Were they more interested in Leon
They
Britton?
never asked questions.
They just stood. They
They just sat there. They
taking
never
notes.
asked questions. Honestly, they never asked me questions.
Tell us about Edwina Curry. Can you tell that story that you told me about Edwina Curry? Come on, suck on this. Tell the story. Tell the story, eh?
Come on, Anne.
And John Major.
Yeah.
Right. Edwina Curry.
That was at a party as well
Where was the party? Can you remember?
in London.
Right. What happened? Put your mind back to that party. Get the picture in your head and tell us who was there. First. Tell us who was there first.
I'm awful with names.
Was Edwina Curry there?
She was definitely there. Yeah.
Right. Was John Major there?
Yeah, there was quite a few MPs there.
Right. Quite a few MPs at this party. Now just tell us what happened between you
See,
and
there's so
Edwina
many
Curry.
parties and so many different things. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to get the right one in my.
Just do that one. Tell us about Edwina Curry. What did she do? What did she do?
I had sex with her because she made me lick a pup.
I'm coming over there. She's coming over there, Andy.
She made me lick a pussy out of her.
Edwina Curry, what happened at this party?
She was up. When you go to party, people stay in their own groups, so you go to things and that, and
Different rooms?
No, she was the edge on, it was like an edged on thing, and the thing like, they edge each other on, you know, like,
What,
They have
what,
a-
in a crowd? In a crowd?
yeah, but when I say a crowd, it,
Few.
few people want
Was
to,
this
big,
the
big.
party at the Cabinet Office? Downing Street one.
It could have been there, but I think it's at the nightclub because it,
Oh, a night
Right.
right.
it was
So
at
tell me about,
Stringfellows.
you had sex with Edwina Curry? Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't put my dick in it, if that's what you mean.
Well, what kind of sex did you have? So
I
listen,
made like a
Grateful for small mercy.
she made you lick her pussy.
Yeah.
How did she do that? Tell me.
Edged on to do it.
Yeah.
The only thing, and the people's edging, it was like.
So Edwina Curry got you, there was a little crowd, you was all having a
And
laugh.
then she pushed she pushing my head on and everything.
She pushed her head down onto her pussy. When she puts her head down there, did she say anything?
She did. I can't remember what she said. I can't remember. So long ago, I can't remember all the words she said.
So you had oral sex with her.
Is that what you call all sex if you come out? Yeah.
Yeah. How was she down there? Was she clean?
Awful. Didn't like it.
It didn't like it. Why? Because it stunk?
Stunk, yeah.
Right, so she wasn't very clean. Who else was at the party? Was John Major at that party?
He went, but he'd go early. We do at a party, John Major would go early.
What did John Major like, boys or girls?
I've never had sex with John. I don't think I've ever had sex. I could have. Don't.
Because there were a lot of drugs involved, weren't there?
What drugs were they?
You could have speed, you could have coke. Those are the main two drugs. But they also put stuff in our drinks and stuff.
Spiked you?
Spiked us, yeah. And everything that they will never touch our drinks. If we got drinks, we'd have his own drinks and
Was
stuff.
Jimmy Savile at that party with Edwina Curry?
Yeah, he was there. They've got quite a few BBC there. Quite a lot of BBC there.
So he was there,
Well, there, yeah, there were a lot of BBC
and
there.
that was a night that you had to.
Yeah, it was the
Suck her
BBC
cunt.
was in the BBC lot. Well, the BBC lot were doing it there because the MPs, quite a few MPs were there, but they were just shaking their head like sort of shaking their head and joking about it and that. They're shaking their head and sort of putting their hands out saying no.
But they were still
Because there were
there.
a couple of reporters there.
Yeah, because you know what it is. It's like what I need, me personally, people to understand is that all these parties. You see, when people are talking about this child abuse, they're thinking like it was all violent. It wasn't all violent like Sidney Cook used to perpetrate or Jimmy Savile. It was more in the respect of fun. So you felt like adults because they were letting you smoke. You could have cigarettes. You could have drink, and you could have sex with people like Edwina Curry or whatever.
Don't forget the.
So you must have felt quite powerful
Don't
yourself.
forget they get you into Stringfellows and stuff like that. They can get you into top places and stuff. And
So and Stringfellas had no problem.
if I'd gone to a door, a little kid, as a kid, if I'd gone to a door, the Stringfellows, they'd tell me to bugger off.
Yeah.
I'm underage or something.
Yeah,
But if I go in with somebody who's got some authority, they don't even ask a question. They just wave them in.
Who? Tell me some of the people you went to Stringfellas with. Give me one. Give James one. You can give me
I've been in
loads.
with Jimmy Savile. I've been in with.
You went in with Jimmy
I've
Savile.
been in with quite a few. I went in with
Clifford.
Clifford, and I went in.
Did you go into Stringfellas with Clifford?
I've been in with Clifford. Yeah,
How old was you?
15.
You went to all the best places. I would fucking die to go to Stringfellas. You know what I mean? Something like Stringfellas.
And I was quite. With dance floor comes a part of Floyd, and it was all new there back then. It was all.
Can I tell you how I see it?
I'll tell
I
you.
see it as a mind control. You understand? Now, I'm a parent and I'm a grandparent, right? Now, see my grandkid, if I said chocolate, he'd eat it. Chocolate, he'd eat it. He'd eat till he was sick. And when he gets a bit older, if I said have a drink, he'd have a drink. Do you understand? So these people were not just coming across as friends, they put you in a false sense of security where you believed that you were adults.
When they have the parties in Stringfellows, they don't do it when the public's there. It's like a lot, because there used to be laws them days that you had to close at a certain time, if a nightclub had to close at a certain time.
Yeah.
and
then they have afters.
And they'd have afters, but that's where the party would be, in the top
Yeah.
VIP suite, like at the top, and above the VIP suite is like a flat type area with office. It was done, wasn't used as a flat really. It was had rooms in it and stuff with beds in down one side, and then
Did you ever see Mick Jagger at any of these parties?
Boy George, Mick Jagger. I've seen a lot of Cliff Richards were there. There's been I didn't go to that one. Sorry, what you're on about. I've seen him at parties. Elton John were there though.
Elton John. Do you know what vicarious liability is? Vicarious liability, right, is supposing I had a sex party for children, right, and they were there, and someone was not taking part in that sex or anything, but they were there, and they never disclosed that information to the police. That makes them guilty of vicarious liability, and it's a serious charge.
Well, they haven't charged. They haven't charged Cliff Richards, who says he's been in these places, but he didn't touch them.
No.
It all been in our guest house. I said, I didn't know that was going on.
Did you ever go to your own guest house?
I could have done, I don't know.
But you can't remember because so much.
I've been to so many different shady places in London. It's unbelievable.
So when you was going to all these parties, Andy, you was on drink and drugs. So there was a lot of stuff that you couldn't remember because of it. Is that it?
You wake up and you go to a party and then you could wake up in somebody's bed day after and you don't know how you got there because of the stuff that give you. You start getting drunker and drunker, and you just thought it was a drink because you drink daft. Don't care what anybody says when you're a young kid and it's there free. You drink daft, especially when you're out of care.
Can I ask you, Andy, when you put these names, when you gave the officers these names, people like Edwina Curry, people like Leon Britton, what was the reaction of the officers, the police officers who were interviewing you?
The eyes didn't go up. They just says not one. Some of the names it says not again.
Not again.
Who was that? Was that Leon Britton?
Yeah, who did they say
Leon
again?
Britton.
Yeah.
What about Edwina Curry?
The eyes, his face, you could tell his face expressions. Nathan is good at not giving things away, but he gives it away with his face, so you can look at his face when you're in, if you like that, look at your face. And when I say something, his face up. When he says look, and then if you say something, his face goes up. You know, you can tell when he's getting excited when you tell him something.
Yeah. And did he do that on Edwina Curry? Did he get excited?
Yeah, quite a lot of people, people.
Did you ask to see these videos that you're in with Leon?
Can't see anything like that. If I ask to see those now, I had a police officer, I had a thing, and I'm looking at a kid have sex, so I can be arrested. That's what I was told. So that's where they can't.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Do you know what I mean? But you know these at these parties, right? The people that were there, were they all involved in the sex, or were some of them like just voyeuristic? And because you told me a story like Max Clifford was a bit of a voyeur. He wanted to watch you have sex with that girl.
Some people just like to watch, and some people took photos if they could.
So they were taking pictures there as well.
Yeah, and most places photos are taken, virtually everywhere, even in guest houses are taken. Seems to be an in thing in guest houses, having video cameras. Now, you're going back when video cameras, well, you don't have to be really rich to have video cameras.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
You know, these are like, you go in the scruffiest bed and breakfast sort of place, guest house type of place. Sometimes you don't even know a guest house. You know, broken windows with a bit of tape on and everything, and as soon as you go in, they'd have a big massive camera there. And
That sounds like the own guest house to me.
So, just saying, sorry, was Peter Stringfellow aware of everything that was going on in his club?
He likes little girls.
So he was part of that group
He was
as
part of
well?
that group.
How old did the little girls he like?
Never touched a boy, didn't Stringfellow, to my knowledge.
What age did he like his girls?
12 up.
Oh, fuck.
What about Esther Ranson?
I've seen her in parties at BBC. Do you know the big round building at BBC?
Yeah.
But
What, the sex parties?
I couldn't say her husband. Not her husband.
Was he there?
Her husband went to it. He's a Mason. Is her husband.
He's dead now, isn't he? Yeah. There were allegations against him. And what about her brother? Did her brother go? She got a brother?
Don't know. I want no brother. I saw him possibly.
What's her husband do, if you don't mind asking?
I don't know what job he did.
No, when he went to the parties, was he part of, for the children, like...
He's bisexual. He likes boys and girls. Quite a lot of them do.
Yeah.
That's why they're both there.
Yeah.
Over Christmas, the police, you had a police officer looking after you, didn't you? Like you didn't realise it, but you.
We were well. I did know. I did realise it. I did know because we signed documents to say it were. Well, we didn't know we'd signed a document. We did. They come under with some. You forgot. We've got some documents for you to sign. Is it okay? We'll go through them. They went through the first couple of documents,
Right.
but then the documents kept coming.
And you just signed them.
And then they was coming really quick. Some documents were in shorthand. I can't read shorthand. To me, it was like shorthand.
Yeah.
But the officer
I signed
said
it.
that he'd been assigned by Fernbridge to look after you, make sure you're all right. And he'd mentioned that there were MI5 officers working up.
No, it was Nathan and the Scottish guy that was with me all Temley. They was with me all the. When we went to the hotel, they were not surfacers, not sick, but they were there. They kept coming, kept seeing them and stuff.
But they said that the members of the security services were staying in a hotel that
we were all staying at the same hotel for 3 days.
What hotel was that?
It was Castle.
What's it called, Chris?
I think it's called Castle Hotel.
Castle
In Hull.
Castle Hill Hotel.
Castle Hill Hotel.
Is it in Hull?
Yeah, it's got swimming pool.
It's a quite swanky one, isn't it? Posh place.
Spanky, didn't
No, but a posh place, is it?
£35 for a bowl of soup. We only about probably we're just over halfway on interviews, and I've done 70 hours because you got to realise there was a lot of from the day when I was 8 years old to leaving school. Well, not just leaving school to when I was 21. But I have been told that we don't want you to really go on about between leaving school and 21 because of the new laws. So they're not concentrating on that now.
I was quite interested in the question he asked you about whether Fernbridge ever gave you an explanation as to why they want, because Cook was part of Operation Orchid, which is a done and dusted, finished police operation. It's not been reopened.
No, because it's a different investigation.
Yeah, exactly. So did he give you an explanation as to why what was clearly covered by Operation Orchid, done and dusted, was in Fernbridge, which was about something totally different? Did they indicate, I mean, somewhere there must be a link between the two for Fernbridge?
I wouldn't know, Chris.
And he didn't tell you?
No, he didn't tell me.
So they just basically said they wanted you to go in and talk to Sidney Cook?
Well, no, they didn't say go and talk to him. He'd only talk. He says he'd like to talk to you. We think it'd be good if you could go and talk to him.
Yeah.
And if you talk to him, can you try to get this out of him, that out of him? They gave me a list of things that I tried to get out of him, but I couldn't put into him.
So they must have already spoken to him.
Well, yeah, his name's come up in investigations, and they've gone there and he won't talk.
Right, for the Fernbridge investigation this would be. So then they've asked you to ask specific questions of Cook. Can you remember what they were? It was a piece of paper I read off. I know it sounds silly, but I can't remember. Yeah.
There's the lads' names, kids' names, some of them were kids' names, there were loads of names there, like, of kids. And a great big list of kids' names and stuff.
Did the name Vishnu Marat come up?
Rings a bell, it could. Possibly. Yeah, no. A bell rings a bell, but I can't remember the first name.
Can you remember what Edwina Curry was wearing that night? She have any knickers on?
Yeah, she had red knickers on, like
Red?
red racy type knickers, because she took them off and swung them around and went like that. It's like coming, like a bit like a bloody not prostitute, like a stripper.
Like a dancer? Well, like that, was she giving it all that? Like, hey.
Yeah, well, she was totally drunk out of her head.
Was she taking any drugs, any cocaine or anything?
you'd be surprised who just take cocaine.
Surprise us. Hang on, everyone. Surprise us. Who
Well,
takes?
it's big in nearly all the musicians that I knew and stuff like that. And
What about the
they all
politicians?
took it.
What about the politicians?
A couple of politicians, not all the
Well,
politicians.
I'll tell you something. A Labour Party conference, Andy, it was about 12 years ago. They tested every toilet on every venue. They didn't find one toilet clean. They found cocaine on every one.
Well, when I went to
And 90% of banknotes have cocaine on them.
back in the day when Thatcher was in power,
Yeah.
when I went to a party, I went to a party in Action, and it's been recorded. And it's been so they know that I was there. So I went to a party in number 10, but not in 10 itself, because there's a big massive. They're all connected together. You go in and it's massive because you think you look on TV, you think it's just one house, don't you?
So,
But
as you go in
you go inside, it's like 3 floors near the whole block.
when you went in there, you go in the front
And
door.
then there's a passage.
What colour was it? What colour were the walls? Can you remember?
They were different then. There was like a brown. I can't remember. There was wallpaper then. A lot of wallpaper, and they had like brown type. I don't know if they were flowers or what on, but they were like. It was.
Like your
One
nets.
would have called best flop wallpaper.
Was it like you see your nets?
No, it won't
Andy,
flock.
see the nets behind you. Was it like that busy? Like a
Busy
busy?
like that, yeah.
Okay.
Andy, can you remember the MPs and that did take cocaine
Yeah.
that you could think of?
I can tell you, but I can't remember his name. His name's just gone out of my head. Today, isn't it? He's still in government today, and he's virtually bald now. But he was only a boy back
Haig.
then.
William Hague.
And
William
he was
Hague?
just a kid a young boy back. Well, not a young boy. He was a teenage. Probably your age.
William Hague, is that?
Yeah, probably was around your age then. Yeah, 20, 30.
William Hague, was it
Yeah,
William Hague?
maybe, yeah.
Can we get a picture of William Hague? Anyone got one? Get one on their phone or
I've
something?
got one, man. With him with Savile.
Show him.
And he's sniffing.
It was William Hague.
No,
Just
it's on the,
one
it's on the
ID.
drive.
He was
Gingerish, bald, sort of horseshoey, sort of haircut, sort of.
But I like coke because I'll tell you why you like coke, because you get the right coke. I mean the top quality stuff. I don't mean there's a lot of shite about. I'm not a cokehead anymore. No. But how I got hooked on coke back then, and the saying how it was then is the top quality stuff was quite powerful, especially when people made love to you all out. It used to.
It's a
put
sex
you in
drug, isn't it?
It puts you in a different thing. Everything sounds. It's like magnified brass there. Do you know what I mean? Don't you? It's a different world, isn't it? And you're out of it, so. And you can do anything.
Yeah, feel invincible and that.
Enhances everything. It just enhances.
Enhances pleasure.
Did any of the prominent people that you've named, please, did they ever hit you and use physical violence against you?
MP from Hull, they went in for police constable, but I'm not going to say his name. But I've just said his name by saying he stood up for police constable. It's not an MP.
Oh, come on, John.
Andy, just tell us his name.
John
Scott's
Prescott,
got a
am I
temper.
right?
John's got a temper.
John.
And he hit you?
He has hit me, yeah.
What did he do? Any damage? Was it black eye? Was there bruise? Was there blood? Was it severe beating or?
There's a few MPs. There's an MP, but there's one MP that likes to play the role of master, because he used to be a school teacher. He used to be a school. He used to have a children's home type boarding school thing. It had something to do with those, and he still likes to play that role. And so it's with the young boys. He likes to play master to you, especially if you're young and everything. So he'll have his cane when you go in his room. He'll have his cane and put his old croak on an old croak. And
Is he still an MP or an old former MP?
I don't know if he's still
An old
in.
former MP. I do know who you mean. He was headmaster of quite a well-known school.
Right. And he would dress up as headmaster.
Yeah, and
Usually.
he'd cane you and abuse you and stuff.
He
And
was a friend of Harvey Proctor's.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So it was like role play in
Yeah.
the
the
youth.
thing is, yeah, but he didn't do it with role play really. He did it with.
What was his name?
Is it canes hurt you?
So he actually caned you.
Yeah, he caned you.
And it was more than once.
He liked to cane you or spank you. He'll use his. If you're a good boy, he'd use his pump, soft pump.
Was that often, or was it more than once?
I only had sex with them about maybe 5 times at different times. So through me life.
Yeah, was Harvey Proctor ever there with him?
Hello?
If I had photographs, I'd be able to, because you know I'm writing names.
Members of the Special Branch and Security Service had sat in on interviews with you along with the Metropolitan Police?
At certain times,
At
not
certain
everything.
times.
At certain
No,
times, yes.
only certain times. And it was because of the sensitivity of the...
Yeah, we came to the interviews like around royalty or something, because I went to a ship, a big Royal Navy aeroplane carrier,
Yeah.
and when I was a young thing I was taken
don't go there.
We won't go there, no.
Don't go there.
No. But what I meant is the sensitivity of the information, so your prominent MPs,
But
your
it's
prominent
information
businessmen...
like that and stuff, so it's different.
I think we better leave the helicopter pilot out of this.
No, fine. I think I know who you mean. Okay. And you
Tell me tomorrow.
you've still got to speak to the police.
Yeah, this is, I don't know when I'm going to talk to them. I don't know how I'll go through all this, you know, like, I don't know how you're going to put that on Sunday.
Well, what I'll do is whatever I write, I'll send to somehow Bill or to
Plus,
Chris.
that's all going to be censored anyway through the through system.
Do you need any more? Have we done here?
I think we're there. I think. I think
Anything
that's
else?
it.
I don't know how helpful I've been or not, but
Yeah.
No, it's been very, very useful. Very, very useful.
If it was the Dutch,
Flashing, yeah.
if it was
Just let it run out.
the Dutch Special Branch,
It was.
and if it was, as Andrew confirmed, operation, the Rolodex study, that was a special unit set up by the Dutch government to look at, specifically to look at trafficking.
which I was trafficked all the time.
And they want to know who the Dutch victim
They
is.
know I'm the English. They did ask a lot of questions about that.
The Dutch.
Yeah, they did.
You knew they were Dutch because they had different accents and they obviously had
Well, I
different
was told
uniforms.
those Dutch, the ID cards, the Dutch didn't have any follow
And of course,
here.
you've got the Minister of Justice, Heemink, or whatever his name is, the Crown Prince, the whole of that lot.
Sure.
Which is why it was closed down at one point. But it was, I was waiting, because they've always denied it. But if it is Rolodex, then it's definitely Zaiden Police, National Police.
They've got an article on it in one of their Dutch papers at the moment.
Have that.
Yeah, they've got one of the Dutch papers has got an article on it because you sent me a link.
Yeah, it's quite a few.
I didn't know you got to use translator to use it. Well,
There's quite a lot of them about at the moment. It's over that. It's blowing up again. And I think that's probably why the Amsterdam police were over here.
There was just one thing that I did here along the way was there was young children, like disabled children. That do you remember that?
that was my first. That would be. I was more early ages and everything.
And do you know ever what happened to them children?
Oh, there was children later on as well, but sometimes that was more. Those sort of things were always. Savile were always at those dudes.
What with the disabled children?
Yeah, Savile were always at them dudes.
Yeah. When I was talking to you a while ago, you were telling me that quite a few of the children were Down syndrome kids.
Yeah, that was the war. Yeah.
Because they enjoyed pleasure, didn't they? And they made them feel good.
Yeah, there were girls and boys.
Yeah.
Savile were bisexual. People think he was totally straight, but he was bisexual. And he's a victim because I think it was his own father or
Uncle, I think it was,
uncle
yeah.
sexually abused him, and he used to tell me about it sometimes.
So
That's how I
you
knew
were quite close to Jimmy Savile?
we were close. I used to go.
Where did you
I was
meet
still
him?
seeing Jet Savile when after 20 when I was after 21.
What, you were still seeing Jimmy Savile?
Yeah.
Did Jimmy Savile ever buy you any presents?
He's tight-fisted, so and so.
Is he? Did he give you money? What was he like with a pound note?
Talking of Savile, you had a photo.
You saw it last time you came.
Exactly.
I showed
And
you.
where's that photo gone now?
I showed you Gap where
Tell
it
me where
was.
the photo's gone. What happened to the photo? Who's the only other people apart from me and us
It's
that have
either,
been in your
it
house?
could either be a reporter that stole it when they weren't looking, which I doubt, or yourself, which I doubt, or somebody's come in without me knowing and taking it.
Right, Chris, That, did you see that picture?
Yeah.
Right, hang on. Could you describe for James
Oh, yeah.
the picture, hang on, the picture of Jimmy Savile? And
But the picture of Jimmy Savile was him standing with his arm round a much younger Andrew.
where was that?
I can't recognise
In a pair
it.
of underpants.
Who was you? What was he wearing?
He had his tracksuit all open at the top.
Is that white lame thing.
And they took that, they've had that picture off you.
That's bollocks, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Yeah. Is that the lame? Is that the word? That white thing he used to wear? Yeah.
Bill, I think they took a piece anyway, bugging his ass, then coming back here, taking everything out while they took him for a meal.
I know.
Showing his pictures.
Tell him he can talk to us, tell him he can't talk to us, fucking about, trying to frighten the
Take
geezer.
Andy, do you know-
evidence out of it, don't they?
I'll talk to him.
Hang on
I'll
a
talk
sec,
to
hang on.
Settles.
Andy,
Yeah, sorry,
do
Des.
you know anything about Peter Sutcliffe or Frank Bruno?
Man, Peter Sutcliffe, Yorkshire Ripper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
Was he ever at a party?
that's you're talking about Bradford. He was at parties at Bradford.
Was he? What about, hang on, what about Frank Bruno, the boxer? Did you ever see him?
Oh yeah, they knew he was the soft giant.
That's why Frank Bruno. What happened with Frank
Oh,
Bruno?
he's a soft giant.
What did he do? Did he like girls, boys?
Same as me.
Did he like
Bruno.
girls or boys, Frank Bruno, or did he touch no one?
Both. He was more into both. Frank.
Well, did he actually have sex with them?
Oh yeah, he has had sex with him. Yeah,
Did you ever see Frank Bruno naked?
you've seen him naked. I've had sex with him in his chasing room in.
You had sex with Frank Bruno?
St George's Hall. What year were it?
How old
was you?
How old was
I
you?
got
when
my tickets because it was St George's Hall when I went to it.
Did you know that Frank Bruno went to a boarding school?
I know, yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
I used to play football against them. I scored 2 fucking crackers one. I did. I was a centre forward.
Andrew, how old was you
Bing.
at the time? Do you think
So
Frank Bruno was on the scene?
Not like this man.
I couldn't 100% say what age you were, probably about. Because I keep it confused my age because I didn't go
Sure,
to. Most
yeah,
people go to the
understandable.
school.
Was you underage?
You were
I was underage, I was under 15.
You were a
a
school
schoolboy.
kid. Yeah. Right.
Probably about 14, 13, 14.
Andrew, this is just a note that I've got here just to ask you.
That answers
Your evidence, it's not going to form part of the firm.
Why do you think Bruno was everywhere with Jimmy?
Savile and Prince Charles.
Possibly, yeah. I
Prince
thought they haven't called me forward, but they said I might be needed for a court case soon. And
Not against Stinchwell, though, surely. Well, you never met Stinchwell.
no, the other guy.
You know, anyway,
Yeah, I know.
you can't even look at his fucking daughter in the face.
The other
He was a
guy.
priest.
Yeah, I know him, yeah.
What about Phil Collins? Phil Collins.
No, he's been here.
No, Phil Collins.
Fellas.
What?
Stringfellas.
What, Phil Collins?
Yeah.
He's in hiding in Switzerland because they found fucking dodgy images on his
Gary
computer.
Gritter, but he was into girls.
Gary Glitter.
Prince Charles?
Girls, yeah.
Do you know anything about Prince Charles, Andy?
Was he in
I'm
it?
not gonna go.
Let's leave that one. We'll leave that one. Do you a favour on this. We'll leave that
I
one.
popped out of a bag.
McSweeney, he's the one currently on trial.
Late.
So, where did you know Father McSweeney from?
Father McSweeney.
Yeah.
He's one of those people that when I'm going to, I had sex with lots of different people and I used to go to his house and vicarage, and I used to have sex at
Do you
vicarage.
remember which vicarage it was? Where it was?
It went a long way out of Bradford and Leeds. It wasn't Leeds or Bradford.
I think we should wrap it up now.
London, was it?
For London. It was in London.
James, I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah? Let's wrap it
I just
up
needed to
now.
get that from.
Yeah, you got that.
Before London, before I moved to London, when he was down in York, he was down in Yorkshire.
Right.
I can't remember which part of Yorkshire because I was only young, and then I've seen him in
But
London.
they've said
as
that
well.
you might be. They haven't called you forward, but they just said there's a possibility that you might be required to give evidence in court.
Might be, but not possible. Not. It don't look like it's going to happen.
No.
Yeah, but James, you know the Jimmy Savile's driver that recently was meant to go to court and they found him dead in his house, right?
We're going there now.
You were going to go to court, weren't you, as a witness?
Possibly, maybe.
Gotcha.
I know.
Andy.
Well, Andy, is there,
That's
is there
it.
a
That's
contact
good,
number I
mate.
can get for you?
What?
A contact number, phone number.
I can't remember, please.
I haven't got it
You
on.
can go through Bill, can't you? James, you can go through Bill if you want to get
Bill
hold of
give
him.
me my
Yeah.
number out. I can give you, I can give you your own number, but you can't have it on my mobile. Actually, I can get it off my thing.
Where are you from originally, Andy? Is it Bradford?
Bradford.
It's a Bradford man.
Bradford boy, yeah.
Can he do that fucking accent? I could do the Newcastle.
Newcastle.
They call me the Cockney speaking bastard. That's what they call me up in Newcastle when I made a film with the guys up there. Cockney speaking bastard.
01964530892.
Okay.
Keep it
I'll leave
quiet.
that on now. Tomorrow, yeah?
And it,
And don't, if you try not to put area where I'm living.
No. What I'll say is you're in
Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
North of England.
Are you going to have your picture in the paper, yeah? Will you allow...
Oh, I don't mind that.
Right.
Can
Can you do...
you're filming me and it'd be stupid enough to say I can't put
Exactly. Can you do a couple of pictures with Sean next door in there?
Also, can we just copy some of those photographs you built?
Yeah,
Use it as a
Have you got
Yeah, yeah.